hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
It's Friday. You've got nothing to do but check out the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, a very merry May the 4th be with you to you, my fellow Star Wars nerd.
May the 4th be with you as well, my friend. My little hairy friend. You're like a mini Chewie.
I'm like a Jawa, I guess. You're more of a Chewie or a Tauntaun, something like that.
I am a large hairy beast. You, my friend, are a short hairy beast. You are kind of Jawa-esque.
Am I?
No, you're not as
I'm
short.
not like, I don't go salvage and, picking up trash and trying to build things and sell it. I'm not one of those guys.
No. If you were to be a Star Wars character, who would you be? Come on now. Who would you be?
To describe my personality?
Yes.
I would probably say Kylo Ren.
You're kind of a Kylo Ren guy?
I'm kind of a jerk, but I feel like I have good intentions most of the time.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
But you say I always come off as a jerk.
No, I don't. People do.
Everybody else
Yeah,
does.
that's the funniest thing. Is everybody always used to say, gosh, Jeff, you're the biggest jerk in the world. Now they look at me and they go, man, you're so nice, Jeff. And that guy, your boy Pep, he's kind of salty and angry.
Kylo Ren, I feel like he was doing everything for the right reasons, So,
yeah.
Who would you be?
I'm Han Solo, baby. Either Han or Lando.
You are not Han
because
Solo.
I am cool.
Try again.
I am funny. I am witty.
Try again.
Damn it, I am good looking. I look in the mirror and I say, you are really, really
That's a
good
looking guy.
That's a good looking guy. You are almost Harrison Ford-esque.
Almost.
Maybe Lando, because I am cool and I like malt liquor.
Everything you heard about me is true.
Everything.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car every 3 or 5,000 miles. Get in there. You're locked up on the 91, the 60, the 15, the 215, the 10. You know where you're at. There's traffic everywhere. You go to Spoiled, you don't have to worry about it. You can just sit in your car, feel good about your car, and listen to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, we've got a huge show. We were planning. We were communicating. We were getting the show rundown together. But, to be honest, I really don't like talking to you on the phone, so it's kind of
Hey, see? That's right there.
That's
what labels
Kylo
you.
Ren.
Kylo Ren,
Kylo
the jerk of the show. I don't like talking to you,
I kind of don't like talking to you, so it's hard to plan the show when I can't talk to you. So we've been communicating through your talking emojis.
It's the best thing ever. It is my favorite thing in the world right now. I go through phases with my phone. Everybody does. Have you ever played games on your phone?
No.
See,
I'm pretty boring.
You are boring. You'd be a boring character on Star Wars. Of course, I'm a swashbuckler. I'm playing all the games.
You're a real scallywag.
I am a scallywag, and I do love this new. It reads your face, and I can be a pile of poop. I can be a robot.
Wait, can I go through my phone and say what you were? Okay.
I will say this. I can be, as my grandmother would say, a robot. A robot?
A robot?
Yeah, that's what grandparents, how they pronounce robot.
Yes.
A robot. I can be a unicorn. I can be it all. And it reads my face. I can blink. I can smile. It's fan-freaking-tastic.
So here's how we plan the show. I text Jeff, and he texts me back with the talking emoji face. First, he sends me, the poop. Everyone loves the emoji poop, right?
Everybody loves emoji poop. I don't get it.
Then a dragon, like a kind of like a Chinese New Year dragon.
That would be it.
Then an alien, one of the grays, the gray aliens.
The gray, big eyes, big eyes.
Then a unicorn, like a purple and white unicorn.
I'm kind of a unicorn.
Then a chicken.
Yes, that was a good one. It has chicken with like lips.
Then a skull, like you might see from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Followed by a bear.
Bear with teeth.
Then the unicorn again. I think we have a favorite already. You've done that twice now.
I love the unicorn.
And then you hit me with a rabbit.
The rabbit has nice teeth.
He does.
That's why I did it.
And what's kind of scary is the face of the emoji duplicates your face, Jeff. So if you're squinting or opening your mouth real wide or smiling, that's what the emoji does.
We are very high-tech in the Gorham household. And I have this new fandangled phone that can beam me anywhere. So when I leave the show today, I'm going to the Great Wolf Lodge, Pep Fernandez. I get to go hang out at the Great Wolf Lodge. I'll be riding water slides all night and all day
You're gonna
tomorrow.
have a big party.
I'm going to get ringworm. I'm going to get some sort of weird disease. But my kids are going to enjoy themselves. We get to stay the night tonight. Bunch of kids in a room with me.
You're going to be stuck in the room. I told you there's a Dunkin' Donuts, so go load up on some iced coffee, some donuts.
And some vodka. A lot of vodka.
You will get through the night. Well, we got a big show. Thanks to Jeff for sending me the talking emoji so we can get this show together. Big night last night at the Big A. The Angels swept the Orioles. Albert Pujols with a double. He's now one hit away from 3,000 in his career. Cullen was at the game last night, sending me pictures and photos, and we were hoping to see 3,000. He wanted to be part of history. We almost saw a no-hitter. We almost saw 3,000 for Pujols. It was going to be this crazy game against the Orioles last night.
He had enough shots, for gosh sakes. They were up 8-0 after 2. Pujols got drilled in the hip. I was like, uh-oh. I thought he was going to go down. I thought, uh-oh, he's not going to get another shot. But he didn't get the 3,000. I think, what would you do? If you were the Angels, they have a 5-game set on the road. Would you play them? They go to Seattle, Colorado, and they come back next week.
Yeah, they're in Seattle tonight. You know, you got to play. That's the problem. It breaks my heart. It's just bad timing. You got to play. You got to go up there. You're going to do it on the road. You got to play. But as an Angels fan, I'd be like, dude, just sit him down. What's 5 games? Not a big deal.
Well, he could use the plunking of the hip as a sign.
Hey,
I got hit in the hip.
There's your scapegoat right there. You know what?
I can't play.
He's day-to-day. We're going to have to hold him out a couple games.
Be awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, hold out till next Friday because I got tickets to next Friday's game. That would be perfect.
Against the Twins?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can wait that long. When do they come back home? Is it Friday?
No, they come back
Thursday?
No, they're here Thursday, Thursday, and they're here for 10 games.
Okay, he's definitely playing next Thursday. I don't know if they.
I hope he goes 0 for, because I want to see him get that.
What if he goes 0 for 5 games?
That'd be
like 0
awesome.
for 20 or whatever.
That'd be awesome.
He goes in this massive slump.
I get to take Fast Johnny to his first Angel game.
It could be a history. History made on that game.
I'm going to teach him how to keep score. We're going to watch the whole game. The whole game.
All right, so that was last night at the Big A. We're going to talk a lot more about the Halos. We'll also bring Cullen into the conversation because he was there. He was second row. I mean, we had to empty our entire Inland Sports budget to send him to that game because the tickets were a real hot commodity.
And I lost $20 on him, too.
You lost $20 as well, so all the way around. Money was flying all over the place.
Yes, it was.
The Dodgers, they are south of the border. They are taking on the Padres in Monterrey, Mexico. La Ciudad, not the Ciudad, but one of the Ciudades.
Oh, Ciudades.
And Logan Forsythe. So he looks like he's going to rehab over the weekend, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. It looks like he's going to come very, very soon. And the skipper, Dave Roberts, old Doc, said that it could be Rancho Cucamonga. It could be Oklahoma City. Now, Oklahoma City, AAA, they're home this weekend. Rancho Cucamonga is in Visalia. And you're going to hear that game right here all weekend long on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So I don't know. Is Logan Forsythe really going to call an Uber and take a trip up to Visalia, which is between Bakersfield and Fresno? Is he really going to do that? Or would they send him to AAA Oklahoma City? And again, that could happen as early as tomorrow, maybe Sunday, but it looks like Logan Forsythe is close to coming down the rehab trail, and Justin Turner should be right behind him not too long after.
I'll tell you what, I got my blue shirt on because I am all in on the Dodgers. 2 in a row, baby. I'm back on the bandwagon.
I got my Mets shirt on.
Your Mets are having some issues.
No, they're good.
Major issues.
We're really good. I got my Mets shirt on. I got my favorite player, Darryl Strawberry. It's my little Mets T-shirt jersey.
From L.A. to Visalia.
From L.A. to Visalia, 3.5 hours in a car. So that's what Logan Forsythe's looking at.
Yeah, I don't think he goes to Oklahoma City. That's a hole. That's an absolute hole.
Have you been to Visalia?
Yeah, but it's still a hole in California. Definitely, there's some nice trees. I can say that. Just drive up,
You can take a train, $32.
Yeah, Amtrak.
Yeah,
goes right through the 99, just right up the valley.
He lives in L.A. He's just if he's gonna rehab, he'll be in Visalia. He's not going to Oklahoma City.
All right. As soon as we know something, we'll let you know something as well. I'm sure Mike Lenskog, the voice of the Quakes, he'll find something out too. Because if Logan Forsythe's going to play for Rancho Cucamonga, Mike Lenskog's going to be the first one to know, the old Skog dog. Quakes are at Visalia tonight, opening that road trip up there. Hey, Los Cucuys de San Bernardino. They lost last night, 8-5, but they almost had 7,000 people at the stadium last night because everybody loves El Cucuy. Cucuy, man.
Wait, there was almost 7,000 fans in San Bernardino?
6,887 fans for Los Cucuys, man.
Hey, San Bernardino is probably the happening place. They got the Orange Show going on.
Oh, that's right, the Orange Show.
They always have some kind of rave going on somewhere in San Diego. There's always some weird
and the
stuff
big
going
parade on Saturday at the Orange Show, where they're going to have the Cajon football team and the Aquinas football team because they both won CIF titles this year.
Is St. Brandon Rankin's going to be there?
He better be. I mean, he's the poster boy.
He's just going to float through, though, on a float. He's just going to float. Because he's
No, you know what they're going to do?
No, what are they going to do?
Put him in the Pope Mobile, where it's bulletproof. You know, it's clear. It looks like plexiglass, but it's bulletproof. That's when they put Brandon Rankins in and parade him around the fairgrounds.
Yeah, if they go through Musco, he definitely better be in a Pope Mobile.
Los Cucuys, part of the Copa de la Diversión campaign, and our own Quakes right here on Fox Sports IE. In June, there'll be Los Temblores on a Sunday coming up.
So. Oh, sounds good.
UCR back on the diamond here at the Plex tonight against Long Beach State, and we've got the University of Redlands right now in postseason baseball taking on Chapman. It's the SCIAC tournament, and Jeff, we've talked a little about the Bulldogs on this show because the head coach Aaron Hawley, he has been around the U of R program in different capacities for the last almost 2 decades, like 18 years, and he says as long as he's been at the U of R, they've never had a player go in the Major League Baseball draft. And this University of Redlands baseball team, they're probably the best-kept secret in the IE right now. They're number 10 in the nation in Division III, and they've got 2 or 3 guys that could be drafted in the MLB draft coming up next month. So think about it. I mean, we got CBU, like they're number, 19, I think, in the country right now in Division II. You got U of R, number 10 in the country in Division III. We're going to have some good postseason baseball around here, and the Bulldogs opening things up in their conference tournament, the SCIAC against Chapman. In fact, the first pitch was about 15 minutes ago. So even if they don't win the conference tournament, they can still make the big national tournament. They can still be an at-large pick. But if they advance, if they win the conference tournament, they automatically get a spot, and we'll let you know about that. If they win today, they'll play throughout the weekend trying to punch their ticket. Well, the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. And they can do team sales. It's no problem. You got a big team, it's all good. They can hook that up as well. And KenSportingGoods.com is the website, so you can go there, check that out first. But get on over there to Horsetown, USA, Norco. Go to Ken Sporting Goods for your cleats, your mitts, your bats, your helmets, your wristbands, batting gloves.
And your balls.
And all your balls.
Yes.
Basketballs, soccer balls, footballs, softballs, volleyballs.
Golf.
They might even have a hockey puck.
No, you're a hockey puck, Fab Fernandez.
They might.
Hey, hockey puck. You're a hockey puck. Do you know who used to say that?
You're a hockey puck?
Yes.
Sounds familiar.
Don Rickles, the late, great Don Rickles. You are a hockey puck, my friend.
That means you're dumb.
No, it means you're awesome.
It
means
does?
You're great. Oh, yeah. In my vernacular, it says that you're awesome. So if I call you a hockey puck, just know it's a term of endearment and love for you,
well,
Pat Fernandez.
Ken Sporting Goods is a big hockey puck because we love those guys. And if you'd like to sponsor here on the Inland Sports Show, hit us up. Just shoot us an email. See what's up. InlandSportsShow@gmail.com. That's InlandSportsShow@gmail.com. When we come back, we'll have more Angels baseball talk and also UCR, a big game against the old Dirtbags tonight through Sunday out there at the Plex. Got to win some games here as it's the last month of the season. It's crazy. We're coming down the home stretch of the baseball season.
Last couple weeks for the old Highlanders.
Before you know it, summer's going to be here. All right, when we come back, Angels and UCR baseball. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
milk was a bad choice.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment is brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Lacrosse, golf, football, and everything in between, and athletes of all levels too. Youth, high school, college, trying to turn pro, trying to get a scholarship. Go check out Ray Bass and his team at Boost Performance Training, and be sure to follow them on Instagram and Twitter as well. See what is cracking and join that Boost family. All right, right now we got to go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. He's a friend of the show and very kind to our friend Cullen last night. It's Trent Rush, AM 830 Angels Recap. Trent, how are you doing today? You're making your way out to Riverside.
Darn right I am. I'm sitting on the 91 parking lot right now, baby. I've been on here for 2 hours. Let's go.
It's the worst. This time of the day, it's the worst.
You need the fast track, my friend.
I live 30 miles away, and it's going to take me 2 hours to get to UC Riverside tonight. I mean, it's crazy getting here. On a personal note, hey, what's my man Colin up to today? Colin must be living a high life. It must be a good day for Colin.
Hey, Trent, he walked into the radio station and said that was like the greatest night of his life, which is hard to believe because he gets to hang out with Jeff and I almost every single day, but he said that was the greatest night of his life. Wasn't it, Cullen? You're right. Cullen's right here.
Yeah, Terry Smith has got to be top 3 favorite sportscasters of all time. Jeff's up there.
Yeah!
But not Terry Smith status. So that was a dream come true for me. I was shaking. I was like a fanboy. I'm like, man, I got to stop this, but I was like a kid in a candy store. That was a big deal for me, Trent.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time. That was awesome. I got to say, I got a question for you, though. Rumor is that you made a little bit of cash on me taking a photo with you. I want to know, where's my cut?
You said you only wanted to cut if we did the shirtless one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did. I gave him a crisp $20 bill today when he came in. I handed it to him. He tried not to take it, but a man always, if he throws money around and says he's going to pay somebody, you got to pay him. And I gave him $20. But I was hoping for a shirtless picture standing next to you because he would have won $50, man. That would have been a great one.
That would have been great, and I think he said he was going to buy me lunch if I did that, which I was going to need it because I'd be unemployed. So, there you go.
Well, I will buy you lunch. In fact, I'm going to bring my middle son. We're going to be at the game next Friday, so I will buy you a dinner of your choice. I know you probably get free stuff, but I will buy you something.
A Wetzel's pretzel.
A Wetzel's pretzels, and I will bring it. I will bring it to you Friday night when I bring my son to the Angels game.
If I eat a Wetzel's pretzel in front of you, I feel like I'll never live it down as long as I live.
Well, Trent, let's circle back to last night, man. That place, the roof was ready to blow off because they wanted to see number 3,000 from Albert Pujols. Talk about the environment, the electricity, just the excitement of seeing one of the all-time greats coming up to this milestone. And, you know, I haven't seen the lineup for the Halos tonight, but is he starting tonight in Seattle? Do you think we'll see it tonight?
I haven't seen it yet either. We'll probably get that like any minute from right now. I think he will start. I think Albert's going to play a lot this year. The only time I think we don't see Albert is in Colorado. I feel like he's playing more first base than ever before, so I think he'll still play some, but he'll probably play only one of those 2 games. He might take Sunday off. So I think he's going to play in at least 3 of the 5 games this week, so we'll see. I think he gets 3,000 on the road, I'll tell you that. But last night was awesome, so he didn't get it. The Angel Stadium, I mean, all season long, with just the excitement of the offseason, it's carried over, and now the team leading the AL West. There's a reason to be pumped about Angels baseball. Enjoy it.
Well, Trent, Jeff over here has a conspiracy theory because Albert Pujols was hit by a pitch last night. Jeff is hoping that the Angels will come out and say, you know what, he's day-to-day, he got hit by that pitch, we're going to have to hold him out. And they'll hold him out until next week when the Angels are back home. That's Jeff's conspiracy.
That is my hope, my conspiracy, and I would love to see, you know, I know Cullen missed it last night, but I would love to see him break the, you know, get over that hump next Friday.
Jeff, you're the only person that would take a 74-mile-an-hour changeup and miss a week because Albert Pujols is staying in the lineup.
Dang it! Because think of it. Last night he fell once going for a ball hit to him, and then he got plunked. I was just thinking maybe he was just too sore to go this week.
That would be quite the theory, fellas. No, honestly, talking real for a second, Albert is one of those guys that is so dedicated to winning and helping the team win any chance he can. I mean, all kidding aside, he's not chasing numbers. Of course, it would have been cool for him to do it at home, but Albert's going to be in the lineup, and hits are going to be what helps his team win, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to find ways to get on base, and he wants to make sure, getting a ring this year and doing whatever it takes to help win a championship is far more important to Albert than getting 3,000 at home versus on the road. I mean, his 500th home run came on the road when they were in Washington. So, he's hit milestones away from the Big A before. Of course, it's always better and more fun when it happens in your home ballpark. But Albert wants to win. He wants to help the Angels get dubs. And the Angels have their best chance to win when he's in the lineup. So he's going to be there.
Now, here's one thing that it doesn't bother me. It kind of perplexes me a little bit. Is that, we have Shohei Ohtani. We have the best baseball player for the last 6 years in Mike Trout, the best on the planet. But there's Albert Pujols, I think sometimes might get a little overlooked. And I don't think it's on purpose, but he is right now one of 3 players to have the numbers. We're talking, he's in the same realm of Willie Mays, Hammer and Hank Aaron, and Albert Pujols. And I think sometimes people forget how incredible a player he was and has been for the last 2 decades.
Yeah, well, I mean, when he gets to 3,000 hits and 2,000 RBIs, if I'm not mistaken, it's only those 3 names that you mentioned, and Albert Pujols, Willie Mays, and Hank Aaron. That's it. So Alex Rodriguez is in the 600 home run, 3,000 hit club, and Albert will be the 4th in that particular club. But, yeah, when you factor in the 2,000 RBIs that he could hit this year, I mean, it's the elite of the elite of company. I mean, to me, it just goes to show you how much damage he did in St. Louis. But he is still he's starting to put up good numbers with the Angels, too. I mean, he was still a pretty far ways away from that, even when he joined the Angels, but you knew it was in a striking distance. It's just those years in St. Louis were absolutely unbelievable. Like, as much as we talk about Mike Trout being the best player in the world, Mike Trout's numbers are not close to what Albert did when Albert was with the Cardinals. Like, that's how great he was there. And when you put that into perspective, to me, it's insane to think about.
We're talking with Trent Rush, AM 830, Angels recap. Trent, at what point last night in the game did you think, holy smokes, we might have number 3,000 and also a no-hitter? At what point it had to have crossed your mind, right?
Okay, it did cross my mind. And on top of that, Mike Trout tripled in his first at-bat and got a base hit his second at-bat. So I have a real good friend of mine that's a big finance guy, but great with numbers. He told me that the odds of seeing a no-hitter, a player hit for the cycle, and a player get their 3,000 hit in the same game are 1 in 17 billion. Those are the. As of the 5th inning, it looked like that could legitimately happen. It was nuts.
That's unbelievable. And we have a better chance of getting hit by lightning and winning the lottery than seeing something like that
at the same time. Yeah. So 1 in 17 billion. I was thinking what are we in for? Now, of course, I posted it on Twitter, and none of the 3 happened. But it just kind of goes to show you how remarkable any of those feats are, let alone the possibility of them all happening in the same game.
Well, Trent, we know you're out here in the Inland Empire, or at least making your way out here, sitting in that parking lot on the 91, because UC Riverside making their ESPN debut tonight?
Yeah, it's the first game on the Watch ESPN app or ESPN Plus. I don't know. It keeps changing all the time. They used to call it ESPN 3. Now it's all over the place. I don't know. But they're taking on Long Beach State tonight. We're going to see Cole Percival pitch. And I'm really excited to see him. We've heard a lot about the 95-mile-an-hour heater. I tell you, though, the pitch that's so dangerous is that changeup. In talking to some big league scouts, that changeup that Cole Percival has is big league ready now. I think he's going to be a great arm for the next 3 years with his dad's team out here at Riverside. And, I think Cole Percival is a guy that we could be talking about in a big league uniform someday. I think he's got that kind of talent, and I'm really excited to see him in person tonight.
Well, Trent, we always appreciate the time. Enjoy Riverside. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts. And hopefully you'll make it out the 91, man. That thing is a mess this time of day, especially coming in this direction. The direction you're going is the worst this time of day.
Always. Hey, I will say this, though, and it's not going to be popular on this show. I want updates on that Redlands-Chapman game. Let's go Chapman Panthers. Come on now.
Oh, that's right. You're a Chapman guy.
Let's go. I'm a Chapman guy. So there's some big games. There's a big game this afternoon. Redlands, I think, can get in the tournament anyway. My Panthers need a win. So let's go Chapman.
All right, we've got Cullen in the house. Cullen's at the update desk right now. He's going to follow the U of R Bulldogs like his life depends on it. And we will, because I know you're sitting in traffic, so we will give you U of R Chapman live updates.
Thank you very much. I am tuned in to 1350 AM, as I always am, anytime I'm in the Inland Empire, and I'm excited to listen for Cullen's updates.
Trent, you're the man. We appreciate it.
See you guys.
Thanks, Trent.
Trent Rush, AM 830, Angels recap, rubbing shoulders with all the big names at the Big A. Do we have a score on the Bulldogs? I know Trent wants Chapman, but we love the U of R Bulldogs around here.
Some of these darn websites are impossible to navigate.
Come on, Jeff. You can find a talking poop emoji, but you can't find a score.
Oh, there's the baseball. There it is. I got baseball.
Hey, you guys dig that up. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more UC Riverside baseball with the voice of the Highlanders, Ghazal Hassan, plus your U of R baseball update. They are in conference play in the SCIAC. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. Right now, I know how to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash dance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skilled player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, you can trade, and you can finance. Make that car shopping experience so easy. They've got the new special this week. And again, if you ask for the weekly special at Catalano Motors, I guarantee you're going to save thousands of dollars. You're going to kick yourself if you go anywhere else. So if you're cruising around this weekend, new car, new truck, sports car, minivan, doesn't matter. Go to Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road. You can go to the website first, too, CatalanoCars.com. All right, U of R baseball update. The Bulldogs leading Chapman 3-zip. Was that second inning?
4-zip.
4-zip?
Yes.
Oh, the Bulldogs are relentless.
They're up 4-zip, top of the third.
Bulldogs going to do this. All right, so it's first day of the SCIAC tournament. Bulldogs up. U of R baseball 4-zip on Chapman. Apologies going out to Trent Rush. All right, now we're talking more UC Riverside baseball. The Highlanders, the boys are back in town, playing at the Plex tonight against the old Dirtbags from Long Beach State. Ghazal Hassan, the voice of the Highlanders.
Thank you, Pep. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Cullen. I just want to remind you that always two there are. One master and one apprentice. I feel a strange energy here in the studio. The presence of the Sith is somewhere in the studio, and I suspect the presence of the Sith is on the 91. I suspect Trent Rush is actually a baseball.
He's a Sith Lord. Well, think about it. Palpatine flew under the radar for a long time.
And Trent's great at flying under the radar.
Right underneath the Jedi.
He is great at flying under the radar. He's a kind of personable guy, you know.
Evil.
Very
He's evil.
I'm not making any accusation. I'm just saying it bears further bears further examination.
The Sith are amongst us. Okay, so UCR.
Before we go to UCR, can I throw out a quick Albert Pujols point?
Sure.
So I did a little research yesterday, believe it or not. So there are 3 players. I'm gonna throw out 3 players. So there's one player who in his first 10 years of his career hit .311, 361 homers, 998 ribbies, on base of 429, slugged .588, OPS 1017.
That's player 1.
That's player 1.
Okay.
Player 2. First 10 years, 408 homers.
Okay.
1,230 RBI. 1,900 hits. 426 on base. 624 slug, making a 1050 OPS. And the last player 3. 319 homers, 935 ribbies. Hits 1,657 hits. 316 average, 390 on base, 585 slug.
Are these all the same era? Like the same kind of
different eras? Different eras. So give me one of those. Obviously, is Pujols.
Okay.
Hammer and Hank Aaron.
No.
Willie Mays.
Yes. Player number 3 is Willie Mays.
Okay. Player 2 is very attractive to me. I like the guy in the middle. Is that Pujols?
That is Pujols.
Okay. I like those
player
numbers.
1 is Mickey Mantle. So, I mean, that's rarefied air. I mean, I remember when Pujols came up from 2001, 2010, he was like the best player in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
And what's interesting is, so they have this metric, and I'm not a huge metrics guy, but I like this one metric. It's OPS plus, which basically adjusts for offense versus defense for that year, and then it adjusts for ballpark factors. So OPS plus over his first 10 years, Mantle 179, Pujols 172, Mays 158. So that just shows you the level at which Albert Pujols, the 3,000 hits, 600 home runs, obviously.
Yeah.
But his first 10 years, from the age of 21 to the age of 30.
Unbelievable.
How good was he?
Well, that's the thing. I know the Dodgers and the Cardinals had a rivalry for a while. He was tucked away in St. Louis, and I know we've got him out here on the West Coast now with the Angels, and that's why I've been on my soapbox. Like, listen, I know we want to see Mike Trout. We want to see Shohei Ohtani. Don't forget, one of the greatest hitters of all time is still in this lineup. Like, go see Albert Pujols. You'll grow up and say, I remember going and seeing Albert Pujols live at the Big A.
And last year, not this past year, but 2017, when UCR went to Tempe Diablo Stadium.
Yes.
He kind of walked by the dugout as all the players were there getting ready for the game. And Tony Cho, the student manager, he's like, I got to go. He went up to Albert and asked for a selfie.
You got to.
He got one, and then all the other guys, and he was so great with the players, and he's one of the all-time greats in baseball. So that just, goes to show you he gets
very friendly,
like
approachable.
Troy, that's funny thing about Troy Percival is that he is who he was on the mound.
Yeah.
Tough guy with a scowl. But whenever anybody wants an autograph or a picture who's an Angels fan, he accommodates them. And he says, I grew up a baseball fan. I get it. I get that it's a special thing for these people.
When did Troy Percival step away from the game? Did he ever face Pujols?
He did, yeah.
He must have, right?
09 was his last year.
Yeah, so he must have faced Pujols.
Yeah, I'm
just curious what Pujols did against Percival.
Remember, Pujols came in in 2001. Remember, he was Rookie of the Year, but he was also the year prior, he was the MVP of the minor league system.
I think he was a JC guy, drafted out of junior college.
But here's the deal. He could have played with Mark McGwire, but McGwire didn't want him on his team. And La Russa thought for the dynamics of the guys they had, he didn't want to bring up Pujols and overshadow Mark McGwire, who was at that time was really doing everything.
Unbelievable player, and he might get 3,000 tonight.
3-time MVP, Rookie of the Year.
Halos on the road at Seattle. Right now, UC Riverside baseball back home against Long Beach State. Gasol, where are we at with the Highlanders in the standings?
Very
Possible
tough.
postseason.
So,
is there a chance?
Listen, they have a month. The month of April was horrible for the Highlanders for the second straight year. Last year they were 4-13 in April. This year they were 4-11. And I talked to Troy on Tuesday, and just there are little things here and there. So I'll give you an example. They are right now 8th in the Big West, 8th in the 9-team Big West. They're 5-7. But think about this: they're 3 games. So they had the middle game of that series against CSUN, which they lost 3-2 in 11 innings on a bizarre play that'll never happen again. It was a rundown play. The ball gets stuck in Ian Nowak's glove, and it trickles out, and CSUN scores the winning run. They go to Hawaii the next weekend, and they have a game 1, and then Hawaii ties it and wins it in their final at bat. So a 5-4 one-run loss, that really hurts them. And then Santa Barbara, they have a game 1, and they can't finish it. So now listen, you can't live in a world of if, obviously, in baseball, but those, if you flip those 3 games, they're 8-4 and a game out. So it's not that they've not been competing, but they're not able to finish things off. Obviously, Kevin West, sophomore out of Martin Luther King High.
Yeah.
He's been dealing with a bulky ankle all week, so he's been unavailable. So that's 5 more innings you got to pick up from other people. And this week, they got 4 innings out of Johnny Breidenthal. He finished off the extra inning win on Sunday against Santa Barbara, and then he started the game Tuesday against San Diego. So he was okay. They needed to find an extra inning. They threw Abed Hafar out there, and man, San Diego State matched him. And I'll tell you, San Diego State is pretty good. And, I know we're all friends with John Ramey, a mutual friend of ours, the voice in Nevada. That Mountain West Conference tournament, because I've seen all 4 teams. If it's UNLV, Nevada, San Diego State, and Fresno State, that'll be the place to be that weekend down at San Diego. Because it's at Tony Gwynn Stadium, too, so it's down in San Diego. Those 4 teams all have certain dimensions to them. And, the Big West doesn't have a postseason tournament. The Mountain West does. And so if you have a chance, obviously you want to come to UCR, the Plex that weekend, but get a chance to zip down to San Diego, that'll be some fun baseball. That'll be some fun baseball.
Do we have any Highlanders that could get drafted?
I talked to Troy about it, and obviously, the way it works for the Big West is sometimes if your team is good, you'll get a couple of extra kids drafted. They'll get flyers. I think right now he was talking about potentially Toplicar, getting maybe in the later rounds. Maybe Quijada, but he said with Haas, it depends on how effective is his secondary pitch going to be this last month. Now, they have series at Fullerton and at Irvine where scouts will be out in force. And so how is he going to compete against Cal State, Fullerton, and Irvine? Will he be able to have that breaking ball or that changeup be effective? And if he is, maybe somebody takes a flyer on him. He's a lefty that throws 90+.
Yeah.
So somebody might even just say, you know what, let's throw the kid a little bit of money in the 35th round and see what he does. But, obviously he's a very good student and his family really focused on education. So I would imagine unless it's an above slot offer, he'll probably stay.
Get the degree. Unless he goes high, then it's hard to turn down the money. But
yeah, the 2 other guys who are intriguing to me is Colby Schultz is one. He's a senior, so he'll be a senior sign probably later, and he'll get an opportunity somewhere. Lefty, good bat. Now, Troy thought he'd get drafted last year. Here's a little twist for you. Colby's a gluten-free kid.
Oh, is he?
So
I already like him.
So scouts, so he should have him on the show talk gluten-free.
We should.
But scouts were worried about his physical side, and so Troy obviously played in the big leagues. Said, hey, listen, I played in the big leagues 15 years. This kid can play.
Yeah.
And he had to explain that.
Wait, so you tell me scouts were afraid because they're like, he's gluten-free. I don't know. He might not have the strength.
No, it wasn't. They're like, well, he's small, he's thin.
He's kind of smallish. He's gluten-free.
Yeah. The other. Go ahead. Sorry, Jeff.
I was going to say, it sounds like the Pep Fernandez family.
Kind of smallish, gluten-free.
That's very cruel, Jeff. That's very cruel. That's a Cobra Kai right there. We'll get to that in a minute.
I love your family, Jeff. Go ahead.
The other guy who's intriguing is Dean Miller.
Yeah.
Because he looks the part.
He looks like Mike Trout.
Yeah, 6'2", 230, built just like Trout. And, it just depends on this last month, because he was a JC kid last year.
RCC, local
I think
guy,
he got drafted,
Ramona High School, right?
Yeah, Ramona High School. I think he was drafted in the 37th round last year. I think you're right,
yeah.
And so it just depends what the scouts are looking for and looking at. And, it also depends on the Highlanders. If the Highlanders can get on a bit of a run and win a couple of series, it's just the way it works. If you win, it draws attention, especially when you play the big teams. In the Big West, those teams are, Long Beach, they're a little down this year.
Yeah.
Irvine and Fullerton. So Irvine and Fullerton are kind of battling for it. Highlanders get a chance to play at Fullerton, at Irvine. There'll be many scouts there, so you never know who can come up. But I'll tell you what, the Highlanders will have some people drafted in a couple of years. This freshman class this year,
they got some good ones, right?
Yeah, and they're all local guys. And they're all local guys.
How many years have you done UCR baseball?
This is my 8th year.
8th year. Okay, so Cole Percival, Troy Percival's son, who went to Riverside Poly, maybe the best guy on the starting staff right now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Cole is the number one guy.
Where does he stack up to the other starting pitchers that you've seen that come through UCR?
As a freshman, the only guy that was comparable, I would think, was Andres that I saw.
And he's a big leaguer. He's with Tampa Bay.
Here's what it is about Cole, though, and I asked Troy about this too, is that because we knew, I'd seen him, because you guys did a couple of Riverside Poly games, right, last year?
Yep.
So I watched him, and he was 91, 92 as a senior, and now he's probably 93, 94. Troy says 95, 96, but I always, whenever a coach says it, I always dial it back. 94 is still impressive.
Add another mile per hour because his dad, so you add one more.
See, but it's the opposite, because I think Troy kind of downplays Cole a little bit.
Does he?
I assumed that Cole would be the Friday guy, and that didn't happen until now. We're into May, right?
Yeah.
But changing, it just shows you Bobby Ojeda, the old Met.
Yeah, I remember Bobby Ojeda.
He talks about this all the time. He's like, me and Ryan Lilly had a great conversation about this last year. It's like when you're throwing 94, 95, it gets there quick, but it also can come back at you quick. Yep. That's what Ryan said. He was laughing about it. But when you can change speeds, that's the huge difference. And that's the one thing that Cole's differentiated is that he's been effectively able to not only change speeds, he's got a good breaking ball. I think Troy would like him to be more fastball slider, but his changeup is a very good pitch. And the changeup is the second time through the order or the third time through the order.
Give him something different,
You still got to account for that.
Yeah.
And that's really been why he's been effective. Top Lacar's kind of getting there, but I think that was the focus over the summer for Cole was Dad said, listen, you can throw 90 plus. Okay, we get it. But at this level, anybody can turn a fastball around.
Yep. What else do you got? What else?
And it's also about location. Ojeda made this great point about everybody talks about, pound the bottom of the strike zone, Well, hitters adjust to that. They're hitters with uppercut swings that love the ball in the bottom of the strike zone. But if you're moving the ball around, if it's up and then it's down and it's in and then it's out, that's the difference. And it's the combination of location versus speed. That's command. Yes. That's Andriese, Andriese, you never knew where the ball was going to go, and he had 4 pitches he could throw for strikes. That's why he's been in the big leagues for 3 years.
Well, it's UCR taking on Long Beach State tonight at the Plex. Gazal will have the call. GoHighlanders.com. Gazal, we always appreciate the time.
And listen, before I let you go to YouTube. The first 2 episodes are free. Cobra Kai.
You love it, huh? You're hooked?
I was going to turn it off. Like 4 minutes in, I'm like, you know what? I got work to do. And then it got me.
It got you.
And I watched both episodes.
So the first 2 are free, but then you have to pay for the rest of the season? Is
now, Jeff, you already have a YouTube subscription.
I already have the YouTube Red.
You have the Movie Pass. You've got YouTube Red.
I have everything covered. I have all of my bases covered. I don't want to deal with anything. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I have Amazon Prime. I got the box that cheats. I got the Movie Pass. I got it all.
You're gonna be a pirate.
I'm a pirate.
And it sends you down the '80s wormhole. I was telling Jeff, the Cars, Boston, Billy Idol.
That's good music, right?
But thank you guys again. Tonight, first pitch at 6 o'clock. We're on the air at 5:50, and just you guys are awesome. In terms of, we get so many people who listen to you guys, listen to the games, and I appreciate it. Don't think I don't.
Gazal, you're always welcome here. We appreciate that. And hopefully UCR can pick off the Dirtbags a couple times this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Beat them like stepchildren. Slap them around and send them home, those dirtbags.
You know who wants to beat up the other guy is the Hawaii football coach, Nick Rolovich, who did our show like 2 weeks ago.
I like him. I saw him.
He's mad, though.
He's pissed off, and I saw him throw out a first pitch the other day with this crazy mustache.
He did. We're going to talk Hawaii football because our coach Rolovich, friend of the Inland Sports Show, is mad. We're going to tell you why when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for. Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car. Go check out Spoiled. Get the oil change. Get the new wiper blades. You never know. I know we just had some rain. You might have some more. Go check out Spoiled, quick quality oil change off Alessandro Boulevard. We love you, Spoiled. Jeff, you're rocking out over
there.
here.
Is nothing better. You know what? There's nothing better than Eddie Grant on a Friday afternoon rocking it, baby. Best song. Seriously, this is one of those songs that when it comes on, everybody needs to shut the hell up because we got a whole can of Eddie Grant playing in your ears. I love this song.
You're feeling good. I'm feeling sad right now.
Why are you sad?
Because everywhere I look on social media, guys and gals are just dissolving.
They're dissolving like Avengers.
All of my favorite athletes,
they're dissolving?
They're all dissolving. The only one I've liked so far is when Robert Horry was dissolving at the Lakers. I'm like, you know what? I'm behind that one. Go ahead. You can have Robert Horry. Go ahead. Let him dissolve away.
Oh, hey, you know what? It's been on for a while. Everybody knows. They've seen the movie.
It just passed $1 billion.
$1 billion?
It's only been out a week. It's passed $1 billion.
Okay.
Everyone in the world except Greg Holla has seen The Avengers.
Well, I can't take my 5-year-old.
Actually, two of them in this room.
Cullen will never go to a movie.
No, he'll never see it.
He'll never even go. But he does know everything about the Bob Newhart Show, Mary Tyler Moore, That Girl, anything from the 70s, Cullen knows.
Yeah.
And he's only 18 years old. That's what makes it so weird.
He doesn't like movie theaters or popcorn.
No.
Where are you going to go on a date?
Yeah, you're going to fit in great North Dakota, buddy. You're going to be drinking milk.
Milk.
And he's going to be hanging out watching old TV with all the old people. Yeah, he's going to leave his buddies Joe and Andy behind.
Go ahead, get on the mic, Cullen.
Come on, Cullen, get over here.
Get over here.
But I will say this. I can't take my 5-year-old who idolizes, loves Spider-Man. I can't take him to see Avengers because he disappears.
There's a lot of people that they're no longer with us.
No longer with us. And part of the Avenger Corps, they are no longer with us.
Try to keep it spoiler-free, but it's hard.
I just want to know why the animals... one animal was spared, and then a tree was not. Does that make sense?
Rabbit.
Old Thor and Rabbit.
Hey, Cullen, so what's the team you're doing the play-by-play for in South Dakota?
The Scallywags.
Souris Valley Saber Dogs.
Is that North Dakota?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Saber Dogs. They're Saber Dogs. They're Saber Cats.
Lightsaber dogs.
Saber Dogs, it's a type of plane because there's an Air Force base there.
Oh, that's just stupid.
So you're going to live with a host family?
Yes.
Have they told you, assigned you, hey, you're going to live with the Johnson family or the Fernandez family? There's probably not a lot of Fernandez families in North Dakota. But
he's going to be a Quaker. He's going to come back. He's going to wear a little vest, a white shirt, and a funny hat. And he's going to grow sideburns. Really,
Do you have a family?
Do I have a family? Yes. Do I have a host family? No.
Yeah.
Do I have a family? Oh, you wise ass.
Do you have a host family in North Dakota?
Probably. They haven't told me who it is yet.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be in a horse and buggy.
I'm gonna sleep in the press box.
Hey, have you ever churned butter?
No, but Pep probably has.
Have you ever churned butter there, old Peppy?
In milk.
Man, Jeff is in rare form. Yeah, I think I have.
You've churned some butter.
Yeah, and I've made apple cider from apples. Have you ever done that?
No, I'm not that stupid. You've actually made apple cider?
Yeah.
How do you make apple cider?
You put the apples in this
mash.
Yeah, it's kind of like mashing it, and the juice and the little bit of the pulpy stuff comes out.
Did you know with the mash that you make from the apples, you can make bourbon? Did you know that?
No.
Well, you should have made bourbon instead of apple cider. No one wants to drink that crap. They want all bourbon.
It was really good.
3 fingers of Pepe Fernandez's bourbon.
So, remember a couple weeks ago we had Nick Rolovich, the head football coach at the University of Hawaii, on this very show.
Yes, we did.
Good guy. We had fun with him. We got a lot of Inland Empire football players over there playing for Hawaii.
Lots of dudes.
Well, Coach Rolovich is getting a ton of run right now on Twitter because he is mad. I mean, he's really like Thanos mad right now because the University of Hawaii football team received recruiting packages in the mail from Oregon State. So Oregon State was sending out this information, these recruiting packages to high school kids saying, hey, the Oregon State Beavers football team, we're interested in you. Come check out our spring game, da-da-da-da-da. Well, for whatever reason, and I still don't know why, they ended up at the doorstep at the University of Hawaii football team's office.
Whoa.
And Rolovich got on Twitter, and he was livid. Basically, he said, sorry, none of my players can come to visit your school or come to the spring game because they play for the University of Hawaii. I mean, we're talking about Freddie Holly from Norta Vista, Miles Reed from Centennial. We got IE guys that play for Hawaii, and Coach Rolovich said, forget it. What are you doing? You can't recruit another college's guys. So
Wow.
I think Oregon State, it was a innocent mix-up. I don't know how it happens, but that's what I'm choosing to believe. It was an innocent mix-up. Why would you send your information directly to another school trying to recruit their guys, right?
Yeah, it's a little strange. And I hope they play each other. That would be awesome.
Oh, we should check out their schedule. I don't think they do, because remember we did look at the schedule.
Don't.
I don't think they had any Pac-12 schools on the schedule for this upcoming year.
They play all the military schools this year.
They're playing like Duquesne,
And
Army,
Navy.
Colorado State, I think was on there.
Yeah.
So anyways, when Rolovich tweeted out basically his anger against Oregon State, he tagged on Twitter Oregon State, Oregon State's compliance office, the NCAA, the Pac-12, a couple media outlets,
Yeah.
and LeVar Ball.
Yeah! Yeah!
Why are you tagging LeVar Ball?
Oh, that's pretty damn funny.
But he put it out there. He wanted everybody to know what was going on. I know again, I'm choosing to believe it was an innocent mistake, that Oregon State wasn't intentionally trying to steal Hawaii football players away. But still, it's very peculiar how that ends up at another school's football office.
Oh, that is funny. LeVar Ball. That's the
Yeah, and he
classic.
tagged LeVar Ball on Twitter.
But, Rolovich is kind of surprised me, because I thought he was kind of a, it's kind of a boring
No,
guy.
he's not.
He was out throwing
He's a
first
wild
pitch.
man.
Now, is there minor league baseball in Hawaii?
No, it was the University of Hawaii.
Is that what?
baseball
And he
game.
was in a full uniform, full regalia?
Ricky Vaughn from the movie Major League. Remember, he had
That's
like
right,
the
yeah.
zigzags in the back of his hair. And
Yeah.
all. That's what he did.
And he had some nice heat.
He's a character, Rolovich.
So, yeah, I'm a big fan. I hope, when we talk to Miles Reed and Freddie Holly and a couple of the other guys, maybe we can hear some good stories. Maybe when Rolovich comes down, because he likes to recruit the IE, we get him in studio.
You do it.
And
We're practically BFFs now.
We are pals with him.
All right, another football story.
This one,
this one really stinks.
Hey, this one even got back to Smetty Smed before I even told her.
She knew about it?
She knew about it, and if my wife knows anything, and here's this, something special's going on here. And this, I don't know if it's special, but it's weird.
Well, here on the Inland Sports Show, we love high school football. The IE has great high school football.
Yes, more than our families.
Oh, we love it. More than our families.
More than our families.
We love high school football. We've got some great teams. We've got some great coaches. We love it. We can't wait for football season. Well, people on the East Coast in New Jersey, they love football too. They love it a lot. I don't know if they love it as much as the IE, but they love their high school football a lot in New Jersey. So this was making headlines again. Rolovich was making headlines on Twitter, and this story was making headlines on Twitter. There was a high school superintendent in New Jersey, and his high school was rivals with another high school in football. Rivals. Beat them every year. You want Redlands Rev, Poly North. Yeah, some of those big Aquinas Notre Dame. We've got big rivalries too.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to go? You go over and you steal their mascot.
Yeah,
or you write your name on the marquee. You say Ramona High School at Poly.
You
This is
toilet
home of the
paper a
Rams.
statue in front of their school, or something like that.
Yeah, you mess with them a little bit.
So we know about these big rivalries, right? Because we love high school football in the Inland Empire. Well,
yes.
Well, a superintendent in New Jersey, so not the students.
The boss of the teachers.
The boss.
Everyone.
I mean, this guy is in charge of everybody. He's the superintendent of his high school in New Jersey, and he went to the other schools, the rival schools' football field.
Yeah, what did he do?
He went onto their football field, the 50-yard line.
Yeah, like a football guy. What did he do, Pep?
And he pooped.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
And not just once.
What do you mean he pooped?
Like every day.
What? Wait.
So there was a serial pooper, like a guy who's coming every day, every morning to this football field in New Jersey. And if I can, I'm not a fan of bathroom humor, but he was taking a dump.
You mean
on this football field?
A hot steamer in New Jersey?
Yes.
On the football field?
So they set up security cameras because it was happening over and over and over and over. So they set up security cameras, and it was the rival school's superintendent. That's how bad this football rivalry is, that the superintendent was going to the rival school and having his morning bathroom break right there on the football field.
Wow. Wait, one good thing. We know he's regular if he was doing it every day.
It was daily.
Wow, he was dropping a hot steamer on the field of his rival.
Yeah, so
that is hatred.
So we love high school football in the Inland Empire. We've got great rivalries that go back a long, long time, but I haven't heard. That's new to me.
I have never. I don't think Coach Broach would go over to Paloma
Valley.
I don't think he'd go over and drop a hot steamer on their field.
Coach Broach.
Broach, if it ain't Broach, don't do it. I don't see. Well, Ken Batdorf maybe.
Where would he go? Where would Batdorf go? Ramona?
No.
You'd have to, because there's no other schools that have fields.
Well, he could go over to La Sierra, but it's just a practice field.
That doesn't count.
No, and he doesn't want to do it on his own field because but I can see Ken Batdorf doing it. Yeah, he's a little strange, maybe.
Well, that's what's happening in New Jersey right now. That's how much they love football. I know we love football in the IE, but I have not seen that yet, and I hope not to see it because, again, I'm not a fan of the bathroom.
Yeah, you know what? I have a hard time peeing in big public bathrooms. I have a fear. I couldn't do that.
We were talking about the trough.
The trough, yeah.
Because in some bathrooms, it's always like the old fairgrounds. Like they have like a long trough. They don't have individual stalls. They just have like a long trough where guys would use the bathroom, right?
Yeah, I got to tell you a funny story about that. Can I please?
We got 2 minutes.
Okay, here it is. Well, we used to go to this basketball camp at UNLV every summer.
The University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Every summer when I was a little kid, I was the ball boy manager for like my dad's teams or Ramona's teams. This is a classic, though, and this is a John Gorham's story.
Okay.
You know, Wall of Distinction, John Gorham.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, so
coaching legend in the Riv.
So we go to the UNLV practice facility, and they have these sinks, and they look like troughs. They look like an old school urinal. But they were actually a sink.
You wash your hands.
You wash your hands. It was a round, like a round. Picture a round, a little lower. So
I can picture it. I think Citrus Hill has those actually.
So we walk in. The entire team walks in, and we're like, "Where's Coach? Where's my dad?" And I look over at my dad. He's taking a pee in one of these things
in the sink.
And we all said, "Dad, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm going to pee." No, that's the sink.
Oh, it's where you wash your hands.
Where you wash your hands. He thought it was just really funny because the whole team was like, "Coach Gorham, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm peeing. What do you think I'm doing?" That's the sink, Dad. That's the sink. My dad.
Was he embarrassed or did he just not even care?
He didn't care. This was probably, this had to be 30 years ago, 35 years ago. And I remember just laughing. And it was just the funniest thing ever. And he didn't finish.
And nobody washed their hands that
Nobody.
day.
You're like, I'm not going there. But he didn't stop. He just said, let me finish. Maybe Grandpa Gorham is going around peeing on everybody's gym floors.
Your dad's the best. All right, the bathroom humor is over. We got to get to the NBA playoffs. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire. Man, they are a staple of the IE, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. They got all the sports equipment. They do team sales. They also have Letterman's jackets. Take them over there, bling it out. They can do that too. Check them out. Ken Sporting Goods in Horstown, USA, Norco, California. KenSportingGoods.com. Jeff, when we come back, we haven't even got to the NBA playoffs. We spent so much time on Pujols, the Angels, UC Riverside Baseball, and U of R leading Chapman right now 7-0 in the fourth inning. Apologies to the great Trent Rush. The Bulldogs are pulling away in this one. They're going to do it. When we come back, NBA playoff talk. We'll be back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
work.
Zed, what about that position you promised me?
Still working on the Alien Affirmative Action Program. I'll keep you posted.
Wait a minute. That's not what you promised me.
You're breaking up.
Zed?
Can't hear you.
Hello?
I'll call you back.
I can be Agent M.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, Jeff, you love this song. You know what? When I saw the piano guys out in Palm Desert,
yes,
they play this one.
They did?
Yeah.
Great.
It's growing on me.
It is?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, a little Michael Jackson. The intro was Men in Black Michael Jackson.
It was?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I know everything about Michael Jackson.
Hey, that's your favorite.
I love him.
If you could pick your favorite things, like Star Wars is one.
Yes.
Basketball is another thing.
Yeah.
Well, like, what are your favorite things? And don't
What,
count
like
don't
Oprah's
count
favorite
food, not
Oprah's
food.
Oprah's favorite things. You have Jeff's favorite things.
Yeah. Think about it for a second. Let me ask Colin real quick. Hey, Colin, can you follow the Angels on Twitter and see when they put out their starting lineup for the Mariners tonight? Because I am curious if Albert Pujols is going to play tonight. I'm sure he will. Like Trent said, what was it, like a 74-mile-per-hour changeup or whatever it was that hit Pujols last night. Not enough to sideline him for a game. I'm just curious when the Angels put their lineup out tonight in Seattle, if Albert Pujols will be in the lineup going for hit number 3,000. But Jeff Gorham, before we get to the NBA playoffs, you have the lineup?
Yeah, Pujols is batting fourth and playing first base.
He's there. Dang it! It could happen
Ohtani is
tonight.
DHing as well, if that tells you anything about when he might pitch.
He is going to. I think he's pitching.
So the earliest would be Sunday.
Sunday.
The earliest would be.
Yeah. So yeah. What now? My favorite things.
Before we get to the NBA playoffs, and before we dive into the Eastern and Western conferences, the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Follow Boost on Twitter. Follow Boost on Instagram. Check out all the cool things they're doing. All the Boost athletes too, man. They got athletes all over the place. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Before we get to the NBA playoffs, because I know the things you don't like: Meek Mill
and eggs.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger's now on my list.
Eggs.
What
else do you not like? We've shared many car rides and plane rides, and I feel like I know you pretty well by now.
I don't think I
If you had to pick between roast beef and turkey, you go roast beef. Like, I kind of know you a little bit.
I don't like tea because it tastes like rusty water.
Oh, that's right. You don't like tea.
No, it's rusty water. I'm not.
But what makes you tick? If you're like, these are the things I like. And
These
no
are
food,
the
no
few
food.
of my favorite things.
What
and
makes you
then
tick?
I don't feel so sad. I like sitting on my couch, watching a good game on TV.
Does that count?
Yeah, those
Okay,
are my favorite
go.
things. I like this. I want to sit on my couch and I want to be unhinged, unbothered, and watch the Angels. I could watch the Angels or Lakers. You said not food, but I do love a nice big piece of French bread with butter on it.
I said no food. Like
martini.
I know you
with
like
3 olives.
You like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
I
love Marvel. I love DC too, though.
Okay, I got a question. Then.
Yeah.
What type of music or what artists can brighten up your day? You're having a bad day, and you can hear a certain song.
Had a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Jackson always. Prince. Love Prince and Steve Miller. The Steve Miller Band, I've seen probably 30, 35 times in concert.
Are you serious?
I love Steve Miller.
Jeez.
I'll be honest with you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you go. I could go watch a Steve Miller Band concert. And I know every song. I'll sing. I'll dance with people I don't know. It's a good time. But no, I also like. What else do I like? Oh, I love going to the movies by myself. Oh yeah, there it is, Steve Miller, right there. It's a great song.
Joker.
Come call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice. Because I speak of the pompatus of love. I'm a joker.
We got to go karaoke one day.
I love Steve Miller. I know every Steve Miller song. I even know the bad albums, the horrible albums.
He had bad ones too?
Oh, and I enjoy a good cartoon. If you can give me a cartoon to make me laugh, and right now, anyone that's listening, I told you this earlier, Kid Danger might be the funniest cartoon I've ever seen. There's only have 4
Fast
episodes.
Johnny's into it?
Fast Johnny loves it. I've never seen my son belly laugh so hard as watching Kid Danger. The funniest. I love Phineas and Ferb. I like that other show, Bob's Burgers. That's a funny one, but that's not really for kids. That's an adult one. But I like kid cartoons that have adult humor. SpongeBob, I can watch all day long.
Oh, yeah.
I love
SpongeBob
it.
is-
Yeah. So what are some of Pepe's favorite things?
Laugh it up, guys. Laugh it up.
Laugh it up, Buzzball.
Sacramento Kings, the New York Mets, Darryl Strawberry, country music, the Beach Boys,
Okay.
Star Wars, The Hobbit.
Are you getting onto the Marvel bandwagon yet?
Yeah, I like Marvel. I like superheroes. I would say it's like probably third, like Star Wars, like the Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, nerd stuff, and then the superheroes. Like
Favorite
Marvel.
superhero right now? Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Name it.
Captain America.
Mine's Superman. Okay, your favorite dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Velociraptor. My favorite. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Favorite food in the world. If you're gonna die in 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Goulash.
There's not either.
Yes.
You're making that up. That is the biggest crock of a guy that's pooping on a football field I've ever heard in my life. Goulash.
You know, I'm gonna show you something. Right now.
You're full of crap.
I'm gonna show you something.
You need to
right
go
now.
out and visit a football field near someone because you don't like goulash. Get out of here.
This is a text from my mom on Wednesday night, and she said, I made goulash tonight! Exclamation mark.
Okay.
Because it's my favorite food.
Is it really?
What is that?
It's just like meat and noodles and like this tomato paste sauce, and I put like lots of pepper, and my mother-in-law makes it too, and she'll add like some like pinto beans or kidney beans or something to it, but like, yeah, just like macaroni noodles, ground beef, tomatoes, tomato sauce.
Really?
Oh, I love it.
Meat?
Goulash.
I got a question for you, Pep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food or meal that your mother-in-law can cook for you?
Sloppy Joes.
Oh, I love Sloppy Joes.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joes are good.
Joes. I mean, I got the palate of like a 5-year-old, man. Sloppy Joes, chicken nuggets, pizza. Those are the things I like.
My favorite fast food. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
Taco Tia for me. Hands down.
You said you drink the sauce.
I
One of
would
these
drink-
days, I'm going to bring it to you.
You get me a 32-ounce thing, I'll drink half of it.
Because I'm out in the lands.
You are. I love it.
And
It's my favorite.
there's one in Redlands. I'll
Taco
bring you one.
Tia.
I don't know. I don't have fast food's just one of those things like, I guess I'll go here because it's close. You know, like I'm going to pass it. I'll go there.
I told you I
It's
don't
not like
eat-
I really seek it out.
I had fast food today for lunch.
What'd you have?
I had In-N-Out Burger. I did. I went big. But I don't eat fast food at night. I told you I never do. I don't like
No,
it.
we were talking about some of our UCR basketball trips.
Yeah.
And we ate some weird meals at late, hours.
Oh, I'll eat real meals.
And you're like, hey, remember that time we were in like, I don't know, Pismo Beach, or we were somewhere in the middle of the night on our way to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And you're like, hey, remember you stopped and you got all that Carl's Jr. And you're like, I didn't get anything. I'm like, yes, you did.
I really
Yes, you
didn't.
ate.
I didn't.
That's a lie.
I got a Coke.
No, I still think that's a lie. I'm going to go back.
Because you got a box. You got a box. I didn't know what the box was. And it had sliders. And I'm like, what do you mean there's sliders
You remember
here?
what I ordered?
I remember exactly what you ordered. I do. I remember exactly what you ordered. You ordered a box with 2 sliders and whatever, the fries.
Jeffy.
I do. I remember it was a box. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Jeff.
I won't eat that. Not at night.
I'm going to go back in my online bank statements.
Dude, I paid for it.
You paid for
I
it?
paid
You bought
for
mine?
it. Yes, I did. I did. I paid for it.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, I paid for it.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We got to get to the NBA playoffs. Another big night coming up. It's the Western Conference games tonight. The Warriors in New Orleans, Golden State up 2-0 in that series. Rockets and Jazz, that's all even at 1. Game 3 tonight in Salt Lake City. Jeff, let's look at the Warriors and Pelicans first. So I think Golden State, I don't know if they even drop one in New Orleans. I feel like they're just going to run through the Pelicans. Do you think there's a shot that New Orleans can belly up to the table here in the Big Easy and maybe steal one from Golden State? I feel like Golden State, now with Steph Curry back, especially because Steph Curry's back, like I just feel like they're going to be on a roll here.
I don't see anybody beating Golden State. I don't see Houston beating Golden State. I don't see anyone beating Golden State except for Golden State if they don't shoot well. If they don't shoot well, and there's been a couple times, they've had a couple hiccups, but if you think of the percentages of threes they take, the mismatches of guys, you figure Draymond Green will take care of the big fella, and he'll take care of the big guys, but you have to guard 4 guys. You have to guard 4 great players for the Golden State Warriors.
Someone's going to be open.
Yeah, I mean, you got Thompson, you've got Curry, you've got the Durantula, and you've got Draymond Green. Those are 4 guys that are Hall of Famers. I mean, they really, really are.
Draymond Green?
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer.
Klay Thompson?
Klay Thompson will definitely be a Hall of Famer.
Really?
He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But when it's all said and done, and I thought he was a horrible high school basketball player. I saw him in the CIF championships, and the only
Klay Thompson?
Yeah,
Wait, was it Santa Margarita?
Just Santa Margarita.
Yeah.
I saw his dad, and I was so excited to see Michael Thompson.
Did you ever
Thompson,
play him?
No, but he was one of my favorite players as a kid. I had his poster on my wall, and I remember watching his son going, he's okay, he's all right. But I got a picture with his dad. I was so excited to see Michael. But no, he is not. He's a great pro.
A lot better than his dad.
Huh?
A lot better than his dad.
His dad was Rookie of the Year. Dad was a great.
His dad's not a Hall of Famer.
Dad was the number one. No, not a Hall of Famer. But his dad was the first pick in the draft. He's in the Hall of Fame in Minnesota. He's the all-time leading scorer.
He's in the Hall of Fame in Minnesota.
Yeah, University of Minnesota. They went to the Final Four. How dare you besmirch the name of Michael Thompson? He was a great player.
You're like, he's in the Hall in Minnesota.
He is in the Hall of
Fame.
Fame
Huge...
in Minnesota. I believe he's in the Collegiate Hall of Fame. Remember, he was the National Player of the Year. He was the number one pick in the draft. But I say, I think Thompson will be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
What about Rockets and Jazz? We're going back to Salt Lake City. This might get dicey for the Rockets.
This is where I talked about the percentages of Golden State. They can shoot the ball. They can shoot the ball well all the time. I don't care if one guy's missing, someone else will pick up the slack. In Houston, there is nobody. If James Harden is not hitting, if CP3 is not hitting, and they're streaky guys, they have no one else on that team to pull up the slack, and they shoot far too many threes. They shot 19 threes in the fourth quarter the other day, and that cost them. That will cost them against any Western team that can shoot the ball. They will never beat the Warriors because they're too streaky, and they don't shoot well enough other than their two guys.
So if Houston can get past Utah, you say there's no chance against the Warriors.
Nobody will beat the Warriors.
If they can get past them.
But I do think Utah will win one of two in Utah. It's almost impossible to win in Utah, especially in playoff basketball. And I think Utah's built for the playoff. They've got a good center. They've got Rudy Gobert, I think, is a very undervalued big who can rebound. He knows his role. He doesn't try to overdo it, and he runs the floor from A to B quicker than any big guy in the NBA.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the NBA playoffs. We got to get to the Eastern Conference because the UCR head men's basketball coach, David Patrick, his godson, Ben Simmons, had a real off night for the 76ers. He's a great player, but had just a tough game last night. And we'll talk Gucci Mane.
Who?
Anybody?
I don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of him.
Hey, if you call me Peppy, I'm calling you Jeffy.
Hey, feel free.
I know. Anybody? Gucci Mane.
Gucci, never heard of him.
And Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, I've heard of.
Yeah.
Is he in prison again?
No, he's free.
Oh.
He's a good guy. He just messed up like 50 times. But that's okay. He's a good guy.
Great guy.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle run's for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right, it's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right. So when I say he's going to drop down really fast. All right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready, set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right. So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut. and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut to double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Get back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Jeff does want to rule the world.
Yeah, I do.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona. The website is CatalanoCars.com. Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, trade, and finance. They make it so easy out there looking to purchase a new car or truck. Go check them out. Catalano Motors in Corona. Hey, a little bit of breaking news, I guess. I just saw on Twitter that Cajon High School quarterback, the great Jaden Daniels, who has basically offers from everybody.
Everyone in the world.
Everybody except UCLA.
That would be a good one.
UCLA just offered.
Whoa!
Yeah, so the
Chip
Bruins are in
Kelly.
the hunt. And you know what? I'm just saying, UCLA might go to the top of the list. They've offered. They might be at the top of the list for old Jaden Daniels.
I would have to say, you have an opportunity to play for Chip Kelly and you're a quarterback. Ooh, you got to take it.
And he's a dual threat. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys that can run and throw.
Yeah,
but he's got offers from Ohio State, Florida. I mean, he's got offers all over the place. But now UCLA's in the mix. A little late to the party, but that's okay.
If I'm him, I jump on that in a heartbeat. It's a West Coast team. It's a Pac-12 team. And you're playing for a guru of quarterbacks. And Chip Kelly's that guy.
Yeah, so congrats to Jaden Daniels. He's got 1,000,001 offers already, but now UCLA has offered the Cajon High School quarterback. So very cool for Jaden Daniels. We're talking NBA playoffs. We talked about the West. Now we have to go to the East. Ben Simmons with just a point last night. And now, the 76ers are down to the Celtics 2-0. Boston is like the best, worst team I've ever seen. Like a bunch of no-name guys, Jeff. They're not household names, but they're a really good team.
Well, you have a couple guys. You have Tatum, who's really kind of been, I would say, could have been, should have been, might have been the number one pick. He's
That's what they say. If they redrafted that draft class, he'd probably be number one.
I don't know. You got Donovan Mitchell. You got Tatum. Simmons is another good one. Those are all guys you could cornerstone for your franchise. But I will say this. Gordon Hayward's a really heck of a ball player. Kyrie Irving, when those guys are back and you have this bench of guys, if you can keep the core together, the Celtics could be formidable in the East. I wouldn't put it past maybe a LeBron James, maybe a Kawhi Leonard ending up in Boston. I mean, if you're LeBron James, I don't see him going to Philly, which people are saying he might.
They don't. Ben Simmons is LeBron James.
He is a ball-dominant guard, and LeBron James needs the ball more than Ben Simmons. But I could see a situation where he could go to Boston, possibly. He would fit in pretty well with that. I don't know how the Kyrie Irving. Well, they did play well together. I could see them playing with Gordon Hayward.
You would have
Tatum.
to think, though, Kyrie Irving would be like, wait, hold on, guys. Let's rethink this. Hold on. I know LeBron James is the best player on the planet, but come on. You already got me. We saw how that kind of panned out in Cleveland. Why are we going to do that all over again? Well, Boston's already really good.
Well, I just don't see LeBron wanting to leave the East. When you come out, if he comes to the Lakers, it would be great, and it's always a nice thought. But would you want to play the Rockets? Would you want to play the Warriors? Would you want to play the Jazz on a on a nightly basis when you're already tired as it can be?
Too hard.
But if you go to the East, you stay somewhere in the East. New York, Boston, Philadelphia. He's not going to stay in Cleveland. That would be a waste of his time.
I don't think he's.
But if you go to a spot that you can land and be in the Eastern Conference Finals and play for the World Championship on a year-to-year basis, I could see him playing for one of those teams. I could also see Kawhi Leonard being chopped out to one of those Eastern teams of Philadelphia. He'd be great in Philly.
So the Celtics lead Philly 2-0 in that playoff series. And the Celtics had to rally from 22 down to come back and take Game 2 last night. Also at the game, and we do this because I know you're a Meek Mill fan.
Oh, big fan. Huge.
So only an NBA playoff game can bring Gucci Mane, Meek Mill, and Patriots owner Bob Kraft all together, all three hanging out like BFFs. Like, it's a bizarre scene, and again, worlds colliding. But yeah, the owner of the Patriots hanging out with Meek Mill and Gucci Mane.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand the whole thing. I don't know who Gucci Mane is, but Meek Mill's my guy. Since he's been out of prison.
He's a good guy now since he got out. What was that, last week?
He's a good. I shaved my.
He has been clean since last week.
He's been clean for a week.
Yeah.
We're hoping that he can be clean for 2 weeks.
Is this Gucci or is this
Gucci with Drake?
Oh, Lil Drizzy, right?
I hate this music.
Lil Drizzy.
Does Gucci Mane? I bet he has those fake teeth. What are those things? A grill.
A grill.
I bet he has grills.
Does he have a grill?
Probably. Has he ever been in prison or jail? I bet he has. Has Bob Kraft ever been?
Not Lil Drizzy.
Has Bob Kraft
ever been? He was making
soap
operas or whatever he did.
Yeah. How about Bob Kraft? Has he ever been in prison?
Not yet.
He's going to be. He's hanging out with the wrong crowd.
If Martha Stewart can go to prison, anyone.
Oh, even my dance moms.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, the lead, Abby Lee Miller, was in prison.
Wait, who? Wait, hold on. We got to go back a little bit. What did you say?
My Dance Moms. I watch Dance Moms. It's one of my.
Is that a show?
It's a TV show. It's on the Lifetime Network. You know, the
watch
Ladies
Dance
Network.
Moms
I love it.
On Lifetime?
I love it. I love Abby Lee Miller. I think she's a wonderful.
But she's in jail?
She was in prison. She just got out. She has cancer now. So I am going to be thinking of her daily because I love Abby Lee Miller. She's had some great dancers.
Why'd she go to prison?
Because she was embezzling money from the government.
Like kind of Martha Stewart style?
Yes. She was in there for a year. She lost 100 pounds. She has cancer now, and I pray for her daily because I love Abby Lee Miller. Peace, Abby Lee.
So when you get home at night, you're like, should I watch The Angels tonight, or should I put on Dance Moms?
Oh, no, I always watch The Angels, but I always DVR or TiVo the Dance Moms. I love Dance Moms. Great show. Maddie was a great dancer. Mackenzie, your sister, they were very good. They left the show. The show's dropped off a bit because Abby's been in prison, you know. But I'm looking forward to start back. I'm starting to think it's going to get brought back, and I'm excited.
Okay, Gucci Mane, Meek Mill, Bob Kraft hanging out at that game last night, 76ers and Celtics. Meanwhile, LeBron James and the Cavaliers, they're up 2-0 on the number one team in the East, Toronto.
It's over.
And it's going back to Cleveland.
Yeah, they're going to sweep them.
I don't even really care about this series. I would like to see LeBron take on this young, up-and-coming Boston team that doesn't have their stars, but I think that could still be a fun, at least compelling series.
You were a 76ers guy. You said they were going to win it.
I am, and I still am. I love Ben Simmons. I think the 76ers and Boston are going to have this great rivalry for years to come because they're both young and really good, a lot of young talent. But I don't know, man. Boston's already up 2-0 in this series.
I hate the Boston Celtics, but I hate them to the point that I want them to be good because I want them relevant because I want the Lakers to beat them. Just beat them. I hate the Celtics.
Well, why does everything come back to the Lakers?
Because I'm a Laker fan.
It doesn't have to come back.
It does too. If you're a Laker fan, you don't like Boston. I hate Boston, but I want them to do well so the Lakers can beat them, mistreat them, and cook them up and eat them. I'm not a big fan of Boston, but I do like watching them play. I'm not going to lie. I like them better than the Lakers.
What would the Jazz say if they heard you talking like this?
Well, Jazz now.
The Jazz are your team this week.
This week, the Jazz are my team, and I hope that the Jazz can pull away and beat the Rockets again.
That's a big game tonight. I think that's game 3 in Salt Lake City, right?
If they win 2 in Salt Lake, there is a shot that they can win the series. They'll lose going back to Houston, but they got to come back to Utah again, and then it's a 2-game. I'm telling you, coin flip, buddy.
If anyone predicted that the Utah Jazz would be in the Western Conference Finals, they're lying.
They are.
There's no way.
No.
There's no way. It was Golden State. It was Houston. Maybe you could even, throw in OKC because they had all the great star powers. You could say San Antonio. There's no way anyone picked Utah. No way.
Not a soul. And in fact, nobody really picked the 76ers, including their shooter, the guy who played for the Clips.
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick's they had a turn during the season. Remember when they were 9 games under 500, and he signed up to go into grad school. He had to take a test.
The master's program.
Master's program.
But he had to take a test, right, to get into it?
Yes, but the test is scheduled during the playoffs. So he had to cancel his test because he didn't even think they were going to be in the playoffs. And that's because of Embiid, and that's because of Simmons. And J.J. Redick's really been there.
Yeah, J.J. Redick's actually had a really good season.
A great resurgence.
Great shooting guard. He's been like one of their top scorers night in and night out for Philadelphia. So they've got young guys like Embiid and Simmons.
Yes.
And J.J. Redick, he's a veteran. He's been around the block. He knows how to score. So it's kind of a nice, unique blend that they have in Philadelphia right now. But if J.J. Redick leaves and they bring in, like you said, a Kawhi, maybe I don't know, an Isaiah Thomas, like a veteran shooting guard, a guy that can give you 20 a game.
Yeah,
they're gonna be good for a long time.
And J.J. Redick might be good to kind of help this year, but he's not great, but he is a good player. He's been in the playoffs with the Clippers for a number of years, so they're pretty good for the 76ers. I think they're going to be very good. I think the Celtics and the Sixers are the 2 teams in the East that are going to be around for a long time to come.
Agreed. All right, let's take a break because when we come back, we're going to have former Roosevelt High School star, San Diego State Aztec, Matt Mitchell. He's going to join us live. We'll talk about his freshman season with the Aztecs, what's next for San Diego State. I think it's going to be good next year. I think this is another NCAA tournament kind of team they have, Jeff, down there at San Diego State.
Oh, they've got a great player, a great tandem with Jalen Daniels and Matt Mitchell. If Jalen Daniels goes to the NBA, just be Matt Mitchell's team.
The Matt Mitchell Show.
The Matt Mitchell Show is
At
going to be there.
Viejas.
It's going to be there next year. I see him handling the ball a lot more. He's one of those guys, a big guard, a big stud.
We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment is brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets and team sales. They do it all. So if you need a baseball glove, bat, cleats, go to Ken Sporting Goods, Horstown, USA, Norco, California. The website, kensportinggoods.com. All right, so the Dodgers just put up their lineup. They tweeted out, put it on Instagram. They do all those things on social media as well. Our guy, the pride of Riverside Poly, the Poly Bear, Austin Barnes, back at second base, hitting fifth in the lineup. Of course, you can't take Yasmani Grandal out. He's hitting cleanup. He's behind the plate. But Kike Hernandez getting the start at first base for the Dodgers tonight. Remember, again, they're in Monterrey, Mexico. And then Chris Taylor's back at short. LeCastro, a new guy to the picture. He is starting in center field, so kind of a different Dodger lineup. Cody Bellinger not starting for the Dodgers against the Padres tonight in Mexico.
Yeah, and he started every single game until tonight, so we'll see if he comes off the bench to use him in some sort of capacity. But yeah, a little strange.
Why'd you wear that shirt, Jeff?
Because I'm a big Dodger fan all of a sudden. They've won 2 in a row. I had to go Dodger blue today.
You jumped on that Dodger bandwagon pretty fast here, didn't you?
You're darn right I did, man. They've won 2 in a row. The skies have opened up. No more rainy days in Dodger Town, baby, because they're going to go straight to the series.
Straight to the series.
Yeah, the Mexico series.
Yeah, straight to Mexico.
They're going to go over. They're going to dominate the Padres. Man, that's a juggernaut. When you have to dominate the Padres and you're moving up those standings.
Dominate the Padres? Does everybody do that?
Yeah, telling you, man.
All right, let's talk Dodgers, Padres, and everything else with the great Jim Alexander, the voice, the sports columnist of the Press Enterprise.
The scribe of Riverside.
Who's wearing a red shirt, by the way, so I did not drink the Kool-Aid.
I would say that's a salmon. Salmon's very popular right now.
It was red. It's been washed a few times.
That's my style, too. I wear it until the shirt's dead.
Exactly.
He's on the Angels bandwagon.
There's no holes in it, so it's all good.
Wait, were you at the Big A last night?
Not last night.
Okay, because you did something on Chance Cisco.
Did something on Chance Cisco. I was down there Tuesday night, which was the night that he ran into the third baseman's elbow.
Pedro Alvarez, right?
Kind of a scary moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had the trainers out there, and they were doing the concussion protocol because he took a pretty good lick. If it was the NHL, it'd be a 2-game suspension for a hit to the head.
Well, Chance Cisco, obviously the pride of Santiago High School, and now playing catcher for the Baltimore Orioles. So, Jim, I know you like to, when the local IE guys come through town, whether they're playing the Dodgers or they're playing the Halos, you love to go out there. You like to catch up with them because they all have a unique story, right?
Local guy, Colin.
What was his story? What was the Chance Cisco story?
Well, the story that people were talking about was one that he didn't want to comment on because I think it was the second week of the season in Minnesota when he bunts for a hit against the Shift. And it's the 9th inning of a 7-0 game. They're losing. And they're shifting against him. He's a left-handed hitter. So he bunted. And the Twins kind of took exception to that. Brian Dozier's talking about, well, hopefully some of the veterans in his own clubhouse will set him straight.
Well, where do you stand?
And some of those veterans basically told the Twins to pound sand.
So they had Chance's back.
Yeah, they had Chance's back.
Where do you fall on those unwritten rules of baseball? I mean,
I think it was great.
Yeah.
I hate the shift anyway, for one thing. So, if they're shifting you and you have a chance to bunt against it or do what you have to do it.
You're just trying to get on board, right?
Absolutely. I don't care if it's a 7-0 game.
Exactly.
As it turned out, they loaded the bases, so they had something going. They didn't wound up not scoring, but that's not his fault. He did his job. Yeah, the unwritten rules are
they're murky. You know what I mean?
They are murky.
The Twins had a problem with it, but the veterans on the Orioles had Chance's back. I said, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a problem with it depending on whether it's your side or their side.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad, Chance's family and friends made the short drive from Corona down to Anaheim to go see him. And like you said, obviously, not the way his night wanted to end with that nasty collision with Pedro Alvarez. But it sounds like he's okay. He played last night, didn't he?
Played last night, yeah. And no concussion symptoms or anything. So it was good to go.
Hey, the best part of that entire story is, though, he got to go home with his mom and dad. Got to sleep in his house.
Yeah.
That's got to be cool. He gets knocked out. Mom comes over and saves him.
Is it cool? Because you're used to like traveling around with a major league team. You probably stayed in nice hotels and room service. And
at some point, doesn't it get a bit old?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, maybe not.
I want to say this. Just picture this. He gets hit. He gets middle of the game. Let's take it. We're going to take him home. So the mom and dad go to the manager. We're going to Bucky. We want to take him home. They put him in the back of the Honda and they drive him home and they listen to the rest of the game.
They give him a grilled cheese. He sleeps in his bed.
Yeah.
We'll give him a Happy Meal.
Yeah. Jeff, you may be overthinking this a little bit. I think he probably had permission to go home even before the game started.
It's just great.
Parents go to the coach.
Yeah, can we take him home?
He's not feeling well. Yeah. We're just going to take him early.
To be honest, I don't think mom and dad had anything to do with it. Chance goes to Buck and says, "Hey, can I go home tonight?" Yeah, go ahead.
That's so funny.
Did you interview him before the game?
I interviewed him before the game.
Okay.
He was not the greatest interview. I mean, he doesn't strike me as someone who really likes to talk to himself or talk about himself.
And then,
maybe he does talk to himself. I don't know.
But sometimes that's hard. You know what I mean? Like, hey, tell me how good you are. It's some guys have a hard time with that. Now, for example, like an NFL wide receiver, you can't get him to shut up. But there's other guys, maybe like a catcher.
But I'm asking him about the adjustment from the minor leagues to the major leagues and stuff like that. And you're getting one sentence answers, and that's kind of the way he does things. So I went over to the other catcher, and he gave me some great stuff. So
about Chance? Who's the other guy?
Caleb Joseph.
Caleb Joseph, that's right.
If you talk to Chance after the game, it was just gobbledygook. Didn't know who he was. It might have been a better interview.
They weren't letting anybody talk to him after the game. It's just that.
No.
All right, how about the Dodgers? Jim, we just saw the lineup card for L.A. tonight. They're taking on the Padres down in Mexico. Obviously, we're big fans of Austin Barnes. We want to see him play more. But of all the guys on the Dodgers team, Yasmani Grandal, the catcher's the one guy you can't take out of the lineup. He's been their best player. But now they're putting Austin Barnes at second, which is kind of his secondary position, if I could use that term. What do you think about the Dodgers, how they're moving guys around? The injury bugs hit them hard. I mean, what's your take on the Dodgers right now?
Well, I mean, that's sort of the plan all along. That's the way they do business. Try and get guys that are flexible and can play multiple positions. I mean, you've got Taylor, who's playing shortstop. He was originally an infielder. They moved him to the outfield, and now he's back. Kike Hernandez is playing first. He can play, about 6 positions
everywhere,
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have 3 catchers in the lineup tonight because they have Grandal. They've got Barnes hitting 5th at second base. They've got Kyle Farmer hitting 6th at third base. So I don't know what happens if Grandal gets hurt.
I guess they just move him around, right? Barnes behind the plate, Utley to second, or something like that. They have to shift guys around.
Maybe Utley's the 4th catcher. Who knows?
Now, are you one to push the panic button? Because a lot of Southern California, the Dodgers were in the World Series last year. Now they're kind of everybody's so worried that they're not going to make the playoffs. We're down 8 games. Were you one of those people that said we need to bring somebody in right away? Maybe a Machado, the third baseman from the Orioles. Do you think that they need to make a move to get back in this thing?
They have to do their due diligence. I don't know if it's necessary to make a move of that sort right away. And the other thing is, what's it going to cost them if they're going to go after Manny Machado? The price is going to be sky high. But they weren't quite in this dire position last year. But I remember as it got into June, people were thinking they're having trouble. They may not get out of this division this year. And then 42-7 or whatever it was. So this is a team that finishes strong. Now, the injuries have clouded everything. I mean, not having Seager for the season is a big hole. They've lost Ryu now until the All-Star break. Turner will get back at some point this month, and that will give them a lift. But still, they're a lot more beat up this year than they were last year. So, I mean, it's foolish to say, well, they did it last year, they can do it again this year. But
I feel like last year was almost like lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Like, can you capture that twice? That was unbelievable. The run they went on, that 50-game stretch, unbelievable.
Maybe you don't go 42-8, but maybe you do. Maybe you win 35 games. Maybe you win 30 games in that stretch, and that's enough to put you back in the race. Now, playing Arizona. Arizona's had their number, and Arizona has been the class of the division, class of the league so far. So it remains to be seen how that goes. I think the one thing with the Dodgers that you have to watch is, can they assemble a bullpen? Because the last 2 years, that's been a strength that they've – and I wrote about this opening day, that they have this belief in management, and maybe it's kind of arrogant, that we can take guys, we can find guys, and we can make them productive relief pitchers. Well, it hasn't happened yet, and maybe this is the year that dumpster diving doesn't work the way it did the last 2 years.
All right, can you sit tight, Jim?
I can.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more with Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise. I want to ask him about the CBU volleyball twins. We had them on the show. They're awesome. They turned pro. They're playing beach volleyball now, so we'll talk to Jim about that. Plus, I want to ask him about Kawhi Leonard as well. I'm sure you have a take on Kawhi Leonard, right? Big grin. I know he does. We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's...
Seth? My fingers hurt.
Oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Anybody else's fingers hurt? I didn't think so.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. They also do Letterman's jackets. They also do team sales. KenSportingGoods.com, that is the website. Ken Sporting Goods out there in, Horsetown, USA, Norco, California. I got all choked up. Ken's makes me very emotional.
I thought it was the horses.
I love horses. I'm a outdoor kind of Western guy.
Yeah, we saw you with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, I
used a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Stagecoach parade in Banning. I used to milk cows, listen to country music.
You got your
the whole deal.
You got your biggest interview ever at that parade last year.
That was my biggest.
That was
Ronald McDonald.
It
was.
Hey, he served to billions and billions of people.
But we got Jim Alexander here in the house on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. And Jim, something that I think maybe it was today's paper, it was just out there that the Witt twins, who are volleyball stars at Cal Baptist University, because CBU has graduation week. Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. They didn't walk because why?
They did not walk because they were playing in the qualifying round in the Huntington Beach Open.
So they're pro beach volleyball players
They are now pro beach volleyball players.
Because when they came over to CBU, they were beach volleyball players from the University of Arizona. Is that right?
Yes. They were, in fact, they were like two-time All-Americans, and they were all Pac-12 at Arizona. And they came here as graduate students. They had eligibility left indoor volleyball. So that's how CBU was able to get them.
Madison and McKenna.
Yes, and McKenna is now married. So it's and I saw the draw sheet, and it didn't really dawn on me that they were playing.
Because you saw two different names, right?
McKenna Thibodeau and Madison Witt, and it just says Thibodeau Witt, so I didn't really
Maybe she teamed up with somebody else.
Didn't really think anything of it, and then somebody comes in and says, hey, the Witt twins won twice today. Not only that, and then our photographer says, they skipped their graduation today to do this. So that turned out to be a pretty good story. They said that last year when they were getting their undergraduate degrees from Arizona, they did the same thing.
They missed that one too?
Because they had committed, and you have to do this a couple months in advance. You need to register and all that. So they had committed to play in an international event in Germany, and they were going to play. It's a professional tournament, but they were going to play as amateurs, status, they wouldn't accept any money if they won. But what happened was the tournament got canceled, so basically they're stuck. But
so their reasoning was, hey, let's just start our pro careers early.
Yeah,
we got the degree. That's what matters. If we don't put the
I think it was McKenna that said it. It's always strange because you're doing that interview, and I have to have them introduce or have to have them. When they're going to say something, identify themselves.
Yeah.
So it's McKenna speaking or it's Madison speaking. And they're good about it.
But
one of them said that as soon as the indoor season was done here, when they lost to Cal State San Bernardino in the regional, they moved down to Huntington Beach.
Oh, they did?
We're going to start training and get it going.
Yeah, when I interview twins, I always look the way they part their hair. Maybe a birthmark. You know what I mean? Like, how do I distinguish the two?
It was interesting because when I did the original story in October, I'm looking at, because I can't remember who it was who went out and took photos of them, but I'm trying to look at the photos and trying to determine, is there anything that sets them apart? And I thought, well, maybe one of them's eyebrow is a little more raised.
Anything, right?
It doesn't matter. When you're in front of them, they have to identify themselves.
Jim, will Kawhi Leonard be a Laker?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Jeff wants him to be a Laker.
I want him to be a Laker more than anybody.
Everybody would love him to be a Laker who's a Laker fan.
Yeah.
But I think the bottom line here is that if the Spurs are going to trade him, they are not going to trade him in the Western Conference.
Well, that's Pop's cardinal rule, right?
They are definitely not going to trade him to the Lakers.
Maybe the one caveat is, is there a chance maybe Greg Popovich does not return to San Antonio, doesn't, come back as the head coach of the Spurs? Then you throw his cardinal rule out the window, and maybe the Spurs are free to do whatever they want with Kawhi Leonard. But you're right, Popovich has gone on the record and said you don't trade inside the Western Conference.
Yeah. Well, I think anybody who would replace him would be foolish, unless you just got a outstanding offer for it. And I don't
you're
know
gonna
what
get
that
value.
would be. But I don't think Julius Randle alone would be it.
No, come on.
But let's look at it from another perspective from San Antonio. Can they really offer him that $229 million contract now? Because they're in a Frank McCourt situation. The owners, they're going through husband and wife are going through a major divorce, and it could really fracture a premier program in the NBA that's really stood the test of time with Popovich, all of the great players, Tim Duncan. But if you go through a divorce and your head coach might not come back, it could be a fractured franchise. It might not be the same San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, they're going to have to make some decisions. Can they offer that $229 million deal if the owners are in a big divorce?
We've seen that happen in L.A., and we've seen it happen in San Diego with John Morris and his wife getting a divorce.
That's right.
That's uncharted territory. That's really scary if you're a fan of the Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they've been the model program, right, for a long time in the NBA. That model of consistency, and now there's a lot of things in the air. Not that Popovich has even been rumored to leave, but dealing with the death of his wife and the divorce going on and ownership, like there's a lot that could be changing in San Antonio.
And he is getting older, so at some point you say, "Okay, I've had enough."
Yeah.
And we haven't heard from Kawhi Leonard, so we don't know how fractured that relationship is with the front office, with Coach Popovich, with anyone.
That's the thing that's bothered me about this whole thing. And Kawhi's not going to say anything because that's just how he operates. But just the idea that there has been this absolute silence and that he was away from the team. I mean, the team's playing the Warriors, and he's in New York rehabbing.
Yeah.
What's going on there? I mean, that's it. Those are. If I were going to trade for him, I'd want to know what the deal was there before I did anything.
You know what? I don't know if you've read it yet, Jim, but I think it was ESPN, right, that did that long investigative piece that really gets to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, Ramona Shelburne.
Yes, of the actual injury, because the Spurs believe it's diagnosed one way, and the treatment is for, what was it, a muscle issue, right?
Yes.
And then Kawhi's uncle and his agent feel that it's diagnosed a different way with the tendons.
They said it was a tendon issue.
Quad.
Yes.
And the treatment for that is different than the muscle, and it feels like that might be the root of the problem.
That could be.
I don't know.
And I don't begrudge the player at all. I think too often players go along with what the management hired trainer and medical personnel say.
Sure.
And it's not necessarily in their best interest. So from that standpoint, if his uncle and his agent feel strongly enough that, hey, we want a second opinion, we want outside information, unbiased information, I don't begrudge them that at all. I just think that the way it was handled and the secrecy was not to anybody's benefit.
Because remember, we heard weeks ago that the Spurs were saying, and the Spurs doctors, Kawhi, you're okay. You can come back and play. You're cleared. You're fine. You can come back. He's like, no, I'm not fine.
That may have been them trying to put pressure on him.
Yeah,
to come back.
That's what it looks like.
They said, no, we're not going to.
We've got Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, Jim's best friend is Tyler Clary. They haven't seen each other.
I've heard that.
They haven't seen each other in years. I want to see them embrace. I want to see a big hug. I mean,
what better to do it
than at the Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
Right? It's this Monday, the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame.
Ah, man, I bet you're excited, Jim.
Jim, have you? Okay, so when you wrote a story about Tyler Clary, and he had a lot of things to say about Michael Phelps at the time, have you ever had a story get that much run, that much national attention?
No. No, I haven't. I mean, I was getting phone calls from radio stations in Baltimore wanting to talk to me.
The hometown of Michael Phelps, right?
The hometown of Michael Phelps. And the crazy thing is that he said some stuff that was pretty incendiary, okay? Basically calling Michael Phelps out as a slacker. And he was proved true, because 2 or 3 years later, I mean, all this comes out about his training habits and his drinking and this and that and the other. And Michael Phelps basically admitted, hey, I didn't train as hard as I could have or should have. So, but what I had an issue with was I write the story and no sooner did the story get online than I'm getting a call from Tyler Clary. Can you pull it? Can you pull the story? No.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works. None of the things you said were off the record, because you got to say so beforehand, and you didn't. You never said off the record. So then, see, the thing is that he's now in camp with the rest of the U.S. swimming team getting ready for London, and that means he's sharing dining halls with Michael Phelps, and I'm sure that's kind of uncomfortable.
It's one thing when you're 3,000 miles away, right?
Right.
Now you're working and living and training with this guy.
Right. So he started trying to walk it back, and he was saying, well, I was taken out of context. Well, sorry, I had the recording. We posted the recording. Everybody got a chance to hear what you said and how you said and when you said it. And no, it wasn't out of context. And then he's telling somebody else, well, I was trapped. No, you weren't, because I was asking.
Jim trapped him. I saw the whole thing.
Look, I was asking him an innocent question about, okay, you were at Michigan. Phelps was training at Michigan. What did you see about his training camps?
Yeah.
I figured he'd say, oh, yeah, he does this and this.
Yeah, he's so
It's
great.
something-
Yeah,
and instead he just went off on him. So we have not spoken since.
Wait, so that was right before the 2012 Summer Olympics,
2012
right?
Olympics.
And Clary won the gold.
Clary won the gold in the 200 backstroke. The
So it's been
races,
6
the
years.
races that he raced against Phelps, he got dusted. So, but the thing is, he comes back here and they have the ceremony for him at the pool and local hero and all that. And somebody from our paper went to talk to him, and he said, "I'm not talking to you guys."
Come on.
So I don't know if he still holds a grudge. We'll see Monday night. I mean,
You'll be there, right?
I will be
and
there.
And I think he's scheduled to be there as well
He
at
is
the Hall of
scheduled
Fame
to be
ceremony.
there because he's being inducted. So if he wants to come up and say hi, I'll say hi to him.
I think we should, you and I, Pep, we should get there early. I know we got a show. Maybe
Let's mic Jim up.
Let's mic him. No, I did something better.
We'll film the whole thing.
I got something even better. We'll get 2 chairs, and we will
the sit down.
The sit down. We'll get 2 chairs.
The sit down.
And you and I will get a big thing of popcorn.
Made for TV events.
A big thing of popcorn, and we just film Jim the whole time and just giggle. And we just giggle. I'm telling you, man, that could be the best show in the whole night right there.
Or it could be a crushing bore.
Hey, either way, we're going to get some popcorn out of it.
Might be a quick high
You
five.
have a full meal there. You're going to settle for popcorn?
Oh, that's going to be
Come
juicy.
on, man.
So, Jim, what's next? Besides Hall of Fame on Monday and that big reunion with Tyler Clary, what's next on the horizon?
That's a good question. I'm keeping my week open because I'm up for jury duty next week.
Oh, man.
Write about the jury. I know it's illegal, but do it.
Is it illegal?
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about what jury you're on. Have you ever
That's
searched
only
the jury?
if you're on a jury. If you're sitting in the jury assembly room waiting.
Oh, I've been on a jury.
Have you been picked? I've been picked.
I've been picked, and guess what? I didn't say a word to anyone, not a soul, because it was my job as a juror to uphold the legal system.
So you're telling me that your wife asks you, and you said nothing to her?
I said bupkis to her. Nothing.
Behind closed doors.
Nothing.
Right.
I didn't tell her anything.
I think we should check with her and see.
Hey.
Yeah, probably different
Let's
story.
get another source.
See,
on
Jim,
this.
he knows his sources.
No, because guess what? I didn't tell her anything about the glove. I didn't tell her anything.
Glove?
Did I say too much?
The Bronco?
The Bronco. I didn't say anything about that to her.
Jim,
If it doesn't fit, you must quit.
we always appreciate the time, and we'll see you Monday night
I will
at the
be
Hall
there
of Fame
Monday night.
ceremony.
I can't wait.
Are you going?
Of course, just to see
the popcorn?
Jim.
You bring the popcorn.
I'm just going to follow Jim around. He's going to say, what's this guy? Why is this guy following me around? I'm going to just walk around with a big creepy smile and a big bag of popcorn.
Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll have more on the NBA, and we're still trying to get Matt Mitchell from San Diego State.
He's
supposed to join us in this
working hard.
final hour. Yeah, he's probably working out, maybe with Kawhi Leonard right now. We don't know. He could be down there, Aztec with Aztec, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but Kawhi doesn't talk, so he just rebounded, shagging balls.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I know where this song's from. You know what song? What movie this is from? The song?
What movie? I remember
What
when
movie?
it came out, not when the movie.
This is from Shrek, isn't it?
Oh, she was in Shrek, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I know it.
Great song, though. Hey.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Oh, it's from Dumb. That is the most annoying sound.
Can I tell you what this song reminds me of?
Sure.
Because this actually hits a spot for me. I remember in elementary school going to skating parties at California Skate here in Riverside. And wow, exactly. You go down and did you ever go to skating parties?
Yes.
They were the best. You know, you show up, you're with your buddies.
But then they'd have the couples skate.
That's where I was going.
I get all nervous at Viking skate.
Baby.
I had my first fight, my first kiss, my first couple skating.
Nice.
California Skate.
Oh,
I
it
love
all happens, man.
Cal Skate, man. I remember they go, everybody all skate. And everybody just go, everybody all. It
was going nuts.
Yeah. And then they go, couple skate.
Couples only.
And then there'd be like 6
because there's
people.
the DJ that would talk.
There'd be like 6 people. But I remember, I was always one of those, I'm going to get out there and couple skate. And you get really nervous. Of course. But yeah, I remember asking Gina.
And then you had to make sure that person knew how to skate, because if that person didn't know how to skate, then you both fall down.
Yeah. But man, I could roller skate a little bit. I can ice skate.
Backwards skate?
I can backwards skate, even backwards ice skate. Yes, I can. I can backwards
I would love
roller
to see
skate.
a young Jeff Gorham.
You can see an old Jeff Gorham can still do it.
You know what? We're going to go get some skates right now.
I can still do it. I can still do it.
Could you rollerblade?
No.
Did you ever try it?
No.
I don't think I ever tried it.
I'm talking about roller skating.
It rollers real. I can roller skate backwards. I was totally into it. Loved it. Hey, where was the first place you ever kissed a girl, Pep? On the mouth. No, where was the first place you kissed a girl?
My first kiss?
I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm going to tell you mine, too. You're going to love it. You're going to be like, that's awesome.
I think it was the bowling alley.
It was?
Yeah, that's so cliche. Yeah, I think it was.
Oh. Mine
I won't get into the nitty-gritty of it, but yeah, I think it was the bowling.
Oh, I'll get in the nitty-gritty of mine.
Jeff's that guy. Jeff has no secrets.
Yeah, the first place I ever kissed a girl, besides the mouth.
Besides the mouth.
We
got that.
Was at the haunted house at Disneyland.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, full on.
I mean, nothing says romance like
nothing.
Ghosts and ghouls.
Nothing. I remember you could hear the guy's voice in the speaker behind me, and I remember kissing her. I had like peck kissed girls before, but then it was like this snail was in my mouth. And I'm like, because I didn't know what was going on. It was like, wow, what is this thing? Hello there, young lady. Hello, Lisa Gable. Her name was Lisa Gable. Hello, Lisa Gable. Or why is your tongue in my mouth? And I just went with the flow.
I bet you did.
7th grade, went with the flow. Tongue kissed. And then I remember just getting off that ride, and I had like this wetness around my lips that was kind of awkward.
Yeah, because like the slugs, they leave a slime behind.
Yeah. And so then I said, and then of course we get off the ride, and I said, hey, Lisa, want to go again?
So to this day, when you go to Disneyland, you get on the Haunted Mansion. Do you think of that?
I make out with Carla Smedberg every single time. Bingo! I go straight for the tongue. Baby, come on, baby. Hey, that's why we bought annual passes. We go to that haunted house.
Straight to the haunted house.
And we make out, and our kids are sitting between us, and they're like, Mom, Dad, what are you doing? Every single time. Then, of course, we took it over to the...
kind of grossed out.
Yeah, then we went over to Small World, Lisa Gable and I. Because we were ready to take
Round 2?
Yeah, we were ready to take this out in the open. Everybody could see us there. And she was kissing me. Oh,
so you're going around the world.
Oh, around the world. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was an exciting time to be a Gorham in 7th grade.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You can spoil yourself with excellent customer service and great prices. Your car's going to love it, too. That's Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change off of Alessandro Boulevard. I love saying Boulevard. Hey,
Boulevard.
You got some NBA playoff scores.
We're
coming to an end here. We got to get this in.
All right, we got 40, New Orleans 40, Golden State 30, 8:37 in the second.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, they're down 10, but hey, Steph Curry's 1 for 6. Klay Thompson.
Did he start? Because he didn't start that last game.
He did start.
So who was the starting 5 for Golden State?
Draymond Green,
okay.
the Durantula, JaVale McGee,
okay.
Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson.
So they got JaVale McGee in the middle. So it's like the 4 stars and JaVale McGee.
Yeah, JaVale McGee is very athletic. He's a little goofy, though. A little strange. I like Zach Pachulia. I like that big guy.
But he hasn't been playing very much off the
No,
bench.
he is not.
He was the starting big man last year.
He was, and he has a giant blockhead. He looks like those creatures that used to be on
Neanderthal.
Yeah, he's got big supraorbital ridge. He's scary looking. But I will say this: hey, they're down 11 right now, 41-30. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, they're not going to go for a combined 3 for 14. They're going to start hitting the shots. They'll be fine.
Who's leading the way for the Pelicans?
I just have a hard time when you say Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Can we just call them Nolans?
Nolans.
Jarul Holiday with 11, and then Miracek with 8. So they're a pretty good team. They really are, but I just don't see them getting past the Warriors. They might steal a game, but that's about it. Warriors have to shoot really, really poorly. I don't see them doing that.
And the
whole
Warriors don't shoot poorly for very long.
No,
everybody hits slumps, but they don't slump very long.
No, they'll have spells where they don't hit. Spells.
Not slumps.
Spells. Very small spells.
Hey, by the way, Bryce Harper of the Nationals just hit 2 home runs against the Phillies. So he has 12 on the season. Mike Trout had 11. So Bryce Harper with 12 right now.
Bryce Harper's going
Passing
to be a Dodger next year.
You think so?
Yeah, he's going to get that crazy. He's going to get an enormous, huge deal.
It's going to be the biggest contract of all time. I mean, we're talking like European soccer contract kind of stuff.
And then Mike Trout's going to sign another bigger one because Mike Trout's better than him. I don't like anybody with hair like that guy.
That's a clown question, bro.
That's a clown.
Remember you said that?
Yeah.
That's a clown question, bro.
Oh, yeah. He's a Vegas guy. That's why his hair's like that.
Yeah, he is. He played.
He's got the Liberace hair. Yes, he's got Liberace hair.
He was like 16 or 17 playing junior college baseball for 1 year at, what was it, like Southern Nevada? It was the JC.
Yeah, Southern Nevada.
And then he got drafted.
He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated in high school. He was like LeBron James.
LeBron James.
And his hair was on the cover. That's why I hate him. He's just got great hair.
He's real cocky. He's got his own style. He's brash.
He's one guy a little bit cocky and one guy a little bit dumb. He's a little of both. A little cocky, a little dumb. But he's going to make a tremendous amount of money playing for those Doyers next year.
The Doyers?
Doyers. He's going to be a Doyer.
The Dodgers and Padres are playing down in Monterrey, Mexico. I believe that first pitch is right around 6 o'clock. So they're probably getting ready to get underway down there in Mexico. Padres.
The Padres. Yeah, there's a lot of games going on. Too many to name.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's just take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. And the Quakes are back in action.
Skoggy Skog.
Hey, Mike Skoggy Skog's he's in his favorite town in America.
Visalia?
Yep.
There's only like 3 teams in this league. He's always in Visalia,
Stockton,
Modesto.
Motown.
Well, that's a horrible. I'm sorry there, Skoginator.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Big dollars.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can call Derek Catalano directly. Ask him, hey, Derek, what's the special this week? I want to save thousands of dollars. I'm tired of getting robbed. Go to Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, CatalanoCars.com. That is the website. Check out that special. All right, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, they are on the road tonight in Jeff's favorite city in America, Visalia.
Yes, I love it. I'm going tonight.
They've got a great A&W.
A&W.
Burgers and what's the 50-50 bar? You know where it's orange and cream?
50-50 bar?
But is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called a 50-50 bar.
Burgers and 50-50 like milkshake is what they specialize in.
I think they call it a milkshake, but you can call it a milkshake.
Milk.
Whatever.
With an E, like milk melt. So the Quakes on May 12th, which would be next weekend, right?
Yes.
Is that Friday?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. They're going to have Star Wars night.
What?
Because it is May the 4th be with you, right?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Are we going?
Are we going?
You're darn
That's
right.
the big question.
Do we need to? Going to the Angel game Friday. Let's go
Quakes
Saturday.
On Saturday. Star Wars night. They're going to have special Star Wars jerseys on. I saw a picture on Instagram. Follow the RC Quakes on Instagram. Got Han Solo and Chewie on it.
Dude, why are we not going?
We got to go.
Darn, we need to.
It's old Skoggy Skog. We need some tickets.
I think we need to do an inning with him. Dressed as I have my Jedi gear.
Star Wars references galore.
Dude, you have Star Wars stuff. We can dress up like you.
I do have Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I could be a Jedi.
I could go
remember?
as Darth Vader.
Who's General Akbar? Who's going to be that?
It's a trap. Hey, there's a lot of guys. I know we got to talk about this eventually. A lot of NBA players, a lot of people that have looked like Star Wars characters. Sam Cassell looked exactly like Admiral Akbar.
Yes. Yeah.
If you look at him. Yeah, weird, ugly guy. Looked like a fish. All right, I'm sorry. But we need to go next Saturday for sure.
Yeah, next Saturday, the Quakes back home. I don't know who they're playing. It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's Star Wars night out there at Lomar Field. They're going to have special Star Wars jerseys with Han Solo and Chewie because, the Solo movie's coming out later this month.
Bought my tickets. Already got them.
You already got your tickets?
Got them this morning. In fact, I got them this morning at 5:30 in the morning, and I can show you.
You got up early.
Well, yeah, because the tickets went on sale today, so I got them this morning at the IMAX. I'm going. 7 o'clock.
Where's the
23rd.
IMAX?
Tyler Mall.
Oh, there's one over there?
Oh, yeah. My buddy and I are going. Joshy.
So when you go to the IMAX, it's going to be a packed theater. There's no, the guy rule. You have a seat in between you. There's going to be no room. You guys are going to be shoulder to shoulder, all snuggled up.
But you already have your seats. You don't have to wait.
They're numbered.
Yeah, they're numbered. But we're big, large men, and people get meek. They get very meek. They get very meek next to me because I'm giant. My buddy's even more big. He's even more big. He's even bigger. He's even more big.
So what do they say when two big, large men walk in like that?
They don't say a damn thing except they get out my way. Right out.
Solo. It's going to be awesome. Quakes on the road at Visalia tonight. We'll be broadcasting live from up there as the Rawhide will take on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. 6:45 pregame. Mike Lindskog will go on the air. First pitch right around 7 o'clock. As for us, we'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.